From downtown, this is Tim Kitzrow from NBA Jam, and you're listening to NintenDomain Podcast. Boom shakalaka!
This week on NintenDomain, Nintendo officially lied about Animal Crossing updates. Plus, we have impressions on the Mortal Kombat Legacy Kollection, Stray Children, and Dragon Quest 1 and 2 HD 2D Remaster.
This is not my beautiful quote.
Halloween is for plumbers.
Welcome to NintenDomain Podcast, episode 496. A place to hear Nintendo fans talk about new releases and Animal Crossing directs out of nowhere, among other things. And we are your hosts. I'm Trey, the Warlock of Doorlocks Johnson.
I'm Jeremy. Maybe those children should have stayed strayed. Mikowski.
I'm John Boy Horror.
Let's start off the show as we normally do and talk about games we got and games we've been playing. I know we got a lot of stuff to talk about. I'm very intrigued by Jeremy's middle name there, because I know you got a big one that I mentioned at the top there, but you got Stray Children,
I did.
The unofficial sequel to Moon, Moon, spells Stray Children, as I say.
Pretty much.
Yeah. Do you want to talk about it?
Sure, yeah.
I know I normally start, but I'm interested about the Stray Children's and how they are.
I knew it was coming out. Like, it's something I had my eye on for a while, but I sort of lost track of it. And so I was really surprised last week when I think, either you or John mentioned it was in the notes that Stray Children was coming out this week.
It was not even in the eShop either. Like, it was
Until the last minute.
Like, they didn't even put it out until it was out. Like, there was no like pre-order or anything like that. It was just all of a sudden there.
It just showed up. Yeah.
And it was on sale. It's a couple bucks off. It's still on sale right now, I think, for like $3 or $4 less than the regular price, $26.99. It's not a bad price.
And I knew I had to buy it.
I thought it was going to be like $40. So, I mean, I'm glad I was wrong on that price.
Yeah, I said it last week. Like, I have to buy this. Like, Moon was one of my favorite games. I mean, it may have been my number one or number two, whatever year it came out, but it was way up there. And so I was super excited about this, especially since it's like a full circle thing. Like, Undertale and Deltarune have gotten super popular, and one of the games that Toby Fox mentioned was Moon, that it inspired him, even though I don't think he'd really played much of it. But the aesthetic and the sort of like anti-RPG sort of whatever you want to call it, yeah, like you're kind of more like an NPC, like a really active NPC than the hero of the story, because there is a hero doing stuff while you're sort of in the background, but as the game player, you're the main character, of course.
In Moon, you're kind of like cleaning up after somebody else, right? Is like kind of what I gathered from it. Like there's
a bit of that, yes.
It's kind of showing the bad side of being the hero, or whatever. It's kind of like what they do with Deltarune, or not Deltarune. We didn't know what the other one is. Undertale, right? Where it's like you're killing everybody is bad or whatever. That's kind of what they were doing with Moon, I thought. Right.
So, yeah, that was kind of the thing. And also, like, one thing about Moon that was really, really endearing to me was that every character meant something. And that was cool, because each sprite was so distinct from each other sprite. Like, you knew the people, and eventually you had an almost Majora's Mask style, like, graph you could kind of watch to see where they would be at certain times, because you had quests to do based on each character. Well, early on in this game, like, I see the character designs. I'm like, yes, these guys are so fucked up looking. Like, I'm so excited, because it's just like that weird, like, uncanny, like, Mario RPG look, really. And
it does like share almost the same visual look as Moon. I would say, like, the character design, like,
absolutely.
Everything's offbeat. You know, a lot of times you play a game, especially like a lot of times I think in RPGs too, where it's like, little cute chibi sprite characters, and they all kind of look similar or whatever. Like in Moon, they all kind of look their own their own distinct characteristics, and you could say like the style was, just a little bit like smushed up and muddled up was sort of the style.
Yeah, it's a very claymation style, like
Yeah.
really leaning into the like fucked up little dudes or whatever you would hear. I've heard on other podcasts, but like there's all these little fucked up little dudes that make up the cast of characters and the enemies and just sort of the entire like the entire cast. And that's definitely the same thing here. But one thing that's been frustrating me early on was that you really move quickly from one spot to the other, and you just got a ton of loose ends. And maybe it's because of decisions I made. See, I don't know that yet. Because this game does offer, so for one thing, I will say, it's always one-on-one combat, so it's like Undertale. I think in Deltarune, they give you a second character, but I'm almost positive in Undertale, you just had one character the whole time. And you were always going one-to-one battles with the enemies you would fight. So that's the way this is. And it's kind of getting old because it really hasn't, the gameplay hasn't changed much. And I'm sort of unlocking, you're collecting a certain amount of things, like a lot of other games. And I'm collecting these items, but when I leave the area, I'll just leave the area and there's nothing. There's just all these loose ends. What was I doing? What was the point of all that exposition that I was getting when I was in that area? And there's a really cool story to this. It's you get sucked into a game, you get isekai or whatever they call it. But it's a game your dad made, and your dad's been missing for years. And you find this cartridge, and somehow you get sucked into it, and you're trying to save your dad, but he's locked in the cartridge. So I mean, that's a really cool gameplay thing, I think. And your dad is basically split into pieces. You got to find the pieces of your dad. So that's kind of morbid too, but
his body parts,
yeah, literally,
like Castlevania, where you have to find
yes,
Dracula's arm or whatever, like that though.
I think it's less organ based, but yeah, it's just pieces of the external body. But yeah, you got to find pieces of your dad, and that's sort of what you're doing. But you get the option to talk to enemies. You don't just have to fight them. So that's very much like Undertale. I don't think Moon had that in it. Maybe it did.
Can you reason with them then? It didn't be oh, I don't want to fight
you. That's the thing. You really
or you don't want to fight me. That sort of thing.
So far, I have not figured out a way that works, because all you do is you make them sad, and then they lose health on their own. So maybe there's a way to whittle them down to where all the health they lose is their own health. But so far, every enemy I've run into, it would take way too long, and it would just be way too frustrating to try to do that. Including there seems to be some randomosity, because having played through bosses multiple times trying to do the peaceful approach, I'll remember the order of decisions that I make, but they don't always stay the same. So I don't know. I'm not really digging the design of the battles. They're fun, don't get me wrong, and they're the same as Undertale in the sense that they're bullet hell kind of things, and every single enemy type has its own little mini game that you play where you're trying to dodge things. But all you do, your character as far as attacking goes, is just this roulette wheel that you hit, and you hit it in the little, there's a little spinner going around, and there's a little pie chart kind of looking thing, and you got to stop the spinner in that spot, and then you're successful. And that's all of the battle
for everything.
Sadly,
for
everything, yeah.
Every attack,
every quick time event that you're involved in, and the overworld and everything, it's that same circle. So all the dodging and stuff is fun in the actual battles, but when it comes down to the actual fighting, your offensive stuff, I have not ran into anything particularly cool, and it's been kind of frustrating to me, because even in Undertale, you got different weapons and stuff, and in this I've only gotten one weapon so far, and whatever 10 hours of play, I've probably played about 10 hours, and that getting that extra weapon gave me an upgrade to my attack, where I could do something different with my attack. But that's the only thing that's changed since the beginning, and I don't like that. I kind of find it boring, and I keep kind of thinking I don't know if I'm going to finish this, but at the same time, the sound design is so good, the character design is so good, like the music, of course, is great. A lot of the music reminds me of Blackbird, which I was obsessed with a couple years ago. Like that music is totally in there with the and like all the characters have different voices. You know, they're voice acted, but they're like speaking gibberish, and it's super charming. It's super cool and weird, and I love the entire aesthetic of the world. It's just the actual gameplay is starting to wear on me. Also, another thing about this is got like a very old school RPG design where you don't ever really know what to do next. So you just talk to everybody, but sometimes you got to talk to them multiple times, or you got to go over to a barrel and talk to that or something. And you're never really pointed clearly on where you need to go. And I haven't looked online for help. As far as I know, there may not even be anything online about this yet, but I've just basically spent a lot of the time I've been playing this game just clicking on things until I get to advance. And that's not fun. And it doesn't feel like it's logical to like the way the game's working. Like there's times where the game will make you think like, oh, this is a more complicated puzzle than, this is kind of a complicated puzzle, but it's actually not because you just got to talk to this one guy twice or something. And I hadn't done that yet. And I don't know. Maybe eventually I will finish it, but like I said, I do keep wanting to see what's next. And for instance, like the last boss I fought was this giant frog, and like the whole story of this particular chapter that I was in was there was this like prince, this frog prince who was like, kind of like a ladies' man and all this crap, and he was cheating on his fiance. And so his fiance, you find out, is his sister, but whatever, because everybody's the offspring of the same big frog king. So that's weird already. But then she's upset that he's cheating on her. So she goes to her dad to tell him that her husband's cheating on her. Her dad turns her into his wife using a charm spell. He's like, well, you'll just be my wife instead. And then the son comes. He's like, Dad, this is too far. And the frog goes, I'm going to make you my wife too. And you're going to have my child. And then he turns his son into a woman. It's weird.
Wow.
It's really, really strange. And it's like,
it's collecting
what's going to happen here? And I ended up completely, like, I ended up defeating the frog, and they're like, well, you're the king now. We're going to be your wives. And you basically have to escape from them. And then that's the end of the chapter. But that's just kind of the way this is. Like, all this weird, fucked up shit happens. Like, there's a whole. Sorry, you're going to play this game eventually. There's a whole chapter where, like, all these children are, like, imprisoned, but if they, like, behave well enough, they can go to this, like, they call it heaven, pretty much. And they go there and they just freeze to death. And they're just frozen, like, under this water. And, all the people you go there with besides you die, and they're frozen under the water, and then you just beat the boss and leave, and it's like, okay, well, what was that all about? It's a weird game, and I think maybe they're inspired by the weirdness of Undertale, but I think they just like aren't doing weird right.
Yeah, is it supposed to be like a window into your like father's ideals, like the frog with all the wives? Like, did your father like have? Sleeping with other people, like, is that what it was supposed to be?
I hadn't thought about that, but you are within the game.
Like some big fish shit or whatever, where he has this whole other life that you don't know about, or other family or multiple, wives or whatnot. Like that's, since it's supposed to be something that your dad created, like, is that part of it, that your dad was just really weird and he thought that
maybe
heaven was fake and you just get frozen there?
At this point in the game, I'm feeling like that's giving it too much credit, but maybe they did like have this higher concept stuff that they worked on it initially, and then they worked all this like minutia that's really boring around it. But I don't know. I wanted it to be more fun. That's basically the extent of it. Like maybe Moon wasn't super fun, but it was unique at the time. This feels like it's trying to be like Undertale, and it's doing a bad job at it.
But at least like this one, I mean, there isn't like a stamina meter or something, right? Like you don't just fall over for no reason. Like you can walk around the game.
Correct.
Right. There's none of that like annoying stuff.
That is an improvement in that
like the other one.
Yeah, nothing like that. In fact, you're pretty well, like, you're pretty free to like equip stuff and do all kinds of stuff at the beginning and quote unquote explore, but you're really on rails the whole time, and it's all based on talking to the right people at the right time. I mean, even like doing quests, like that would be nice if I did a quest and then that's how I moved on, but it hasn't even been like that. It's just that I have to figure out who I have to talk to. Maybe that's the quest, I guess, but they don't give it to you as a quest.
Yeah, but it's not like, and it wouldn't be in the menu being like, you have to do this,
Right.
or you have to do this, or whatever.
Like, you basically might get to like a bottleneck where you can't progress, and they'll say, you need to figure this out. But then you got to go like randomly figure out how to do that. So they don't give you any sort of like, go over here and do this, and then that'll help you get along. I'm trying to be as vague as possible after I like completely described like 2 of the chapters, but I don't know. Maybe there's a silver lining here. Maybe like it'll be one of those games where it just like really gets crazy good after 10 hours, but I don't have high hopes. There's been some pretty frustrating stuff I've ran into as well because of how the save system works. You might just have to watch the same like cinema over and over again because you can't skip it. There's a lot of instant kill stuff where you die and then you have to watch a whole cinematic again and then instant die if you don't do it right. And it's all that rotating, that rotating wheel thing. So if you're not ready when it pops up, then you have to watch the whole thing again. It's really annoying.
So there's no, I mean, are there like auto saves, or is it just like...
There's no auto save.
So you save at one point, and if you die, you got to go back and go through.
Correct.
So it is very old school in that way. And
yeah.
I mean, I guess some people would find that freeing, right? Like without having a direction or whatnot, or some people might find it frustrating. Like I probably would if I was playing it.
I find it frustrating because there doesn't seem to be much logic behind how you unlock events. It doesn't seem intuitive.
I don't know how Moon was released years ago on the PlayStation, or who published it or whatever, but I almost wonder if like Stray Children is like the game that they wanted to make all those years ago, but like the publishers of Moon, had some influence or whatever. Because now everybody's like, there's a lot more independent studios these days, and this is certainly like a fully independent game. And I wonder if like being freed of some kind of restraints or whatever maybe wasn't such a good thing for them.
Maybe. And one thing I will say is like, I'm never all that good at media blackouts when I play things. Like I usually end up getting something ruined for me, or like not super often, but like if I'm stuck and I feel like I'm wasting my own time, then I will look up like, what do I do? Because I don't need to waste my time figuring something that's not even fun to figure out. I haven't done that yet with this game, and I haven't even looked at a review or anything like that. Even impressions. I haven't even looked at impressions. So what you're getting from me is a pure like distillation of how I feel, and maybe some reviews will pop up and people will say this game's amazing and all this stuff. I don't think that that's going to happen. I wish it would, because I want them to make more games, and I love the style. Like everything about the style is it's just on point. But the mood, the audio, like it all just matches up so well to create this weird, like uncanny feeling game that it just, I love these games that just make you feel so weird about what's happening. But at the same time, you just get stuck and you can't progress, and it's not fun. And that weird stuff is the only thing that keeps me going, because I want to see whatever this next weird character is they're going to introduce, and not like I'm excited about like, who is this next boss going to be more challenging? I need to stock up on this and get this equipment and all this. Like, you really don't get that feel for it like a traditional RPG. So that's where it's lacking.
Seems like the problems are kind of deep rooted. Like this is not something that could be fixed with some updates. Is that right?
They could maybe do some stuff
They could point you in the right direction.
Like if they let you
Where you
skip
need to go.
cutscenes, that would be huge.
Oh yeah,
actually.
or just let you skip cutscenes, especially
If
if
you
you've
could
already
skip
seen them.
cutscenes, that would make a big difference. But it's not going to make the game make any more sense. It's just going to make it go quicker, which is probably for the best, because I just want to see all the weird shit. I don't want to talk to everybody 3 times to make sure I've done stuff correctly.
I mean, that's definitely an old school thing there. Where you have to, talk to everybody in the town sometimes twice. I mean, that's a big Dragon Quest thing too that you would see. So maybe they were just trying to go old school with that. I haven't really seen any reviews or anything about it. I haven't really looked either. But
the Reb Valentine is doing something because she said last week that she got a
yeah, I know she has. I know she has a
game.
code because I listened to whatever whatever the last NBC was. But I haven't really. I've been trying to stay away from games that I'm talking about on this show, like just looking at anybody's other viewpoints of it because I don't want to just regurgitate whatever they're saying. So, but I mean, for this one, I haven't even seen it like on my regular like people that I follow, like Switch Up and Noisy Pixel or GVC or whatever. Like, I haven't seen anything about Stray Children out there. So I know it's been out in Japan for a while, and the only people I really heard talk about it before was 8 for it, but they hadn't really said anything about it. I think all I really heard was they liked everything except for the battle system, like I guess, which I hear you talking about now with the spinning wheel. It kind of reminds me of that of the RPG game from UFO 50 that I loved and hated at the same time. Like I liked it, but I couldn't stand that you had to do like these timing attacks for everything, and I would miss it a lot. And
what's that, Tumblestone? Or
it just killed me. Yeah,
Grimstone?
yeah. Grimstone. Yeah,
Grimstone.
That was the one I played the most out of all of them. But that just you have to just the way you do the attacks. It kind of sounds like what you're saying with the spinning wheel, where it's like, you're going to miss it a lot, and you're going to really need to not miss it for these hard battles that you're doing, and it gets really annoying when you don't. It's like. It's like the one time I really wish there was an auto battle, and I don't like auto battle on RPGs, but I would on that game, so I don't have to do the fucking timed attack every time. So I could see how that could get irritating.
See, this has the feeling of something that was had a lot of direction early on, and then it is falling apart the further I get. So I wonder if it wasn't like a rushed development, or maybe it was an idea that they revisited and had like a skeleton already, but then had to, write new stuff to go on top, or I don't know, but whatever this game is, like, if this game came out in 1999 or something, and we were finally getting to play it, I would probably have a different opinion. I still wouldn't maybe like it, but I would have a different opinion on it. But this is a modern game, and it doesn't need to be this annoying to just progress in the game, because I can defeat any enemy. I can beat all the bosses. I just need to know where to go next.
Yeah, it is annoying that you can't just hit a button that'll just tell you where to go next. Like some games have, and I understand.
If nothing else, I would just like maybe sometimes some games will have like a log of all conversations you had, and you can go through them. And
yeah, it doesn't do that either.
Something like that. It doesn't have anything like that.
I was gonna say in like a game we'll talk about later, Dragon Quest 1 and 2, which I've been playing. You can it has the option to either you can turn on where you can basically choose whether it'll tell you where to go next or not. If you want to play it like the NES game, you can turn that off, or you can have it on, which is nice to have that option. And also, like, if you press start, you'll remember a certain conversation in case you're trying to find a secret later that somebody told you something. You can go back and look at it. So it kind of has that thing too, like we were talking about. But I can imagine that being annoying. And it sucks to try to play a game where you're on your phone the whole time, like trying to figure out what the next thing is. Like that's not. I don't find that fun. There should be enough of you making your own decisions and not just being like, oh, well, what's the next?
So if there was going to be anything that redeemed this game, it's going to be that there's some sort of system to talking to the enemies that I don't quite understand yet. And through doing that, you alter how the stories move. But short of that, I don't know if I could recommend this game at full price to anybody, because you're going to have to really like slamming your head against a wall to play this one.
Yeah. Do you feel, are you disappointed that you bought it or that you got it?
I'm not disappointed that I bought it. Like, I want to see it through for the vibes and art and stuff, but that's me. That's not the average person who's going to spend $30 on this or whatever. I'm glad I bought it, and I want to see it through. I want to hear all the weird sounds and see all the weird sprites, and I want to appreciate the work of the developer. I feel like it's a compelling game otherwise.
I'm surprised there hasn't been much coverage of it, but I think might have something to do how it just kind of showed up on the eShop,
Yeah.
even though it's been out in Japan for a while. Like it's been out in Japan for like half a year at least before it was localized, but maybe just nobody got review copies or whatever until last minute. So we'll see. But I mean, do you think you'll stick with it more just to see what the weirdness
I'll
is?
stick with
but,
it.
Yeah.
I mean, I have to. I really feel like a duty to finish it. I just don't subject yourself to that as well. Just let me do it, and then I'll tell you.
You be the Stray Children ambassador.
Yeah.
Thanks for getting it, because we got extra content out of it. So
I had to.
it was on sale. I mean, I thought about it, but I didn't get it because I have enough games. Way too many. I have way too many games. I need less.
The other thing this week was that I did beat Ball X Pit. I saw credits.
Yeah. Speaking of games that you like,
I
Ball
like
X
it
Pit.
okay. I'm kind of over it, to be honest. I don't really have much reason to play it anymore. Like, it's one of those games where
Put like 45 hours into it, though, right? Like,
Yeah,
off
but-
a $15 game, that's a pretty good bang for your buck there, I think.
yeah, it's a good game. I'm kind of over it because, like, after you beat it, you get more levels and stuff. But, like, I don't know. It's just more of the same. It's just harder.
Did you
And,
try that 90 FPS mode on Switch too? I was kind of interested in that.
I did not. I did not figure out, like, how to change the video settings or whatever. But I do have the Switch 2 version.
Which
Yeah.
came out today, right?
28th. It came out last week.
Last week.
Yeah, I had just downloaded it
checked
before
it.
the episode last week.
I think
But,
it's just Nintendo like just posted a video about it on YouTube. They're late to a lot of things.
Ah.
But no,
Yeah.
it came out last week, the same time. They both came out at the same time. But there was supposed to be an update with 90 FPS that came out after release, but I don't know. I don't
That's possible.
That's what I heard. But
Honestly,
I imagine it's probably
maybe
out by
I
now.
just wouldn't notice it because it runs really smooth for what it's doing, and I've never been like, oh, this is like skipping or
Yeah.
anything like that. Even before I updated it,
It's
to
all
the
like
Switch 2
top down and like, is it 3D or is it all like sprite graphics for what you're doing?
it's polygonal, but on a 3D or on a 2D plane.
Yeah.
So it's like everything's polygonal, but it exists in a 2D space. Like there's one character who lobs their balls, like, but that's the closest to like a 3-dimensional. Like that's closest to the y-axis you're gonna get in this, or the z-axis, I mean. But yeah, I did finish it, and I mentioned last week there's a character that just plays by themselves. Yeah, I learned I could just like turn the game on and do something else, and he would just get characters past the finish line for me. So I didn't even play it for at least a couple hours. I just let it play itself.
Mhm.
So that's a fucking weird thing about this game, but it's kind of cool, I guess. I didn't have to do it that way. I could have really put the nose to the grindstone, but I think like each time you like go to a new level, you have to beat it with more characters. And I think the last time you have to beat it with like 10 characters to see the credits. And I was like, oh my God, this is taking forever. And I started just like, because you can do 2 characters at a time. So I just started sending characters in with the guy that plays by himself, and he would just take them past the finish line. And so when I saw like the credits, I noticed that you have to actually like do something after you beat the boss. So it kind of freezes and you have to like interact with it. But I like came downstairs and the characters are just hanging out waiting for me to like walk them to a location. And then the credits started playing. I'm like, oh shit, I just beat this. Or did I? I don't know if I think this just beat itself, but I feel like I beat it. But it beat itself at the same time. But I'm done with that game for the most part.
Yeah,
There's not
had enough of
much
it.
else in it that I want to do, and it was really starting to hurt my wrist. Like I was getting some wrist pain from playing that game because of the way I was like gripping the controller. I think it was probably my own fault, but it's getting a lot of pain in my left wrist, which is weird because I'm right-handed. So yeah, I'm done with that game. And then Stray Children, I'm gonna play that this week. But as far as like, I'm probably just gonna keep playing Hades 2, which I took a little bit of a break from.
But
But
you still got that one.
still got plenty to do in that one. And then as I wait for Metroid,
It's less than a
which is
month
the
away.
next big purchase for me.
It's less than 30 days away right now. It's less than
Unless
a month
there's
away.
some like surprise indie hit before then.
Yeah.
That'll probably be the next game I buy.
I'm supposed to get my Metroid amiibo on Friday.
Nice.
So they're sending them out early. So
That's pretty much it for me, though, this week.
did you? It said that you briefly tried the Star Wars Outlaws demo. I'm just curious. I don't know what the demo is. I don't think it's actually carries into the game, right? It's like completely different from the regular the way you start
played
it.
it very, very briefly. I played it long enough to just kind of run around and see what it looked like. And I'm like, this looks really nice. But I think I've already deleted it because I ran out of space.
Oh, I was curious because like I said, I don't think it's like the really good demos where you get to try like the first 10 hours and then like take it into the game. I think it gives you a piece of the game. So I'm wondering like what it gives you and if it even like gives you an idea of what the game is, because like the game it's an open world.
John might have a better idea than me. I really I ran out into the desert as far as I could.
I downloaded it. I
tried
didn't play
to steal some cars and I couldn't, or some land speeders. I tried to do that and it wouldn't let me.
Oh yeah, you can't take anything. You just get your own speeder that you can just call at any time.
So,
you use that to travel around.
I didn't drink any blue milk. Nothing cool happened.
I don't think I've found any blue milk. I mean, I've gone to like restaurants and. Did you have your little dude with you at least? The little,
nope.
the little. You don't have your pet, Nix, isn't there?
I don't know.
He's a big part of the story.
It just really wasn't my cup of tea.
Yeah.
I played it very briefly and then deleted it because I needed the space.
It took a minute for the story to get going on the regular game, but I do think it's. I think
if
really
I had paid
game.
full price for it, I would have stuck with it longer.
Sure.
But since it was a demo, I was like, no thanks.
Well, cool. Well, I'm sure you want to know. I'm sure everybody out there wants to know about Mortal Kombat. Like, did you have anything else to say? Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off there, Jeremy.
I do not. Oh, wait. No, I did. I guess I did have one last thing. I went and saw David Byrne this week.
Yeah, you did.
Cool.
You did mention it in your opening there. I saw a video. I saw a video from your.
Yeah,
Facebook
I got to go see David Byrne. Another bucket list kind of thing because
on Saturday.
I'll never get to see
the
Talking
first.
Heads.
Yeah.
So I saw David Byrne, which is the best thing that you can do. In fact, nearly half the tracks I would say were Talking Heads songs, probably like 40%. So I got to hear plenty of classics, including like Psycho Killer and of course what's the one called? Once in a Lifetime? Yeah, that one.
Mm-hmm.
That was the one I was like, whoa, because that's like I think I talked about it a little bit when I seen Stevie Wonder earlier this year or last year, whenever that was. Like, there's something about hearing like an artist that is it just like, remember hearing it when like before you remember other things, you remember the music, like it hits you somewhere, and like that song by Talking Heads is like, man, that's got to be one of the first songs I remember hearing, and to see the artist perform it live was crazy. It was so cool.
He gives a pretty theatrical production too.
Years old, and he's a very spry dude still.
Is it like is it him and a lot of youngsters helping him out? Or
pretty
like,
much, yeah. It's like
that seems to be a lot of the bands
band.
of our time, I guess. Jess and I went to go see Black Flag and the Queers on Halloween last week, and the new Black Flag is basically like Greg Ginn, who's like old as shit, and then like 3 other young people, and they have a female singer now too, which is pretty cool actually. But I mean, they're really good. Like the band members are really good. But like same with the Queers, it's like Joe Queer and like 2 other young guys, playing. And when I saw Jello Biafra, it was the same thing. It's like Jello Biafra and young guys playing Dead Kennedy songs, But that's kind of just.
There's a lot of lore about
if we try to see our bands now, that's kind of what you get. You'll get like one old member and some younger people. Well, same with Black Flag won't ever get back together either. But Greg's still there at least. I was calling it. It's like Greg and the Kids. That's what I said to Jess. That's kind of what it feels like. But that new singer
essentially this was
really
like
cool.
was like a he basically had like kind of like a really like well trained, highly musically adept marching band with him, and they were all multi-instrumentalists, and they would change things out. But the whole stage show was like the floor of the stage itself was a screen, and they were kind of like moving around, and there was really never a moment where they were just like standing in one place. Like they were like constantly in motion the whole show.
I've seen a couple of his performances recently on like
Kind of the best
Colbert
way to
Show and
describe it,
other things, and like yeah, it seems what it is. It's like him and like a dozen other people, often like dressed in the same outfits, the
Oh yeah, they
gray
were all wearing the
outfit
same
and all that. Yeah, and then moving all around the stage. It seems very like lively and animated.
Mm-hmm. And like it was really cool the way the stage lights and stuff were set up. Like he would maybe he would be like in center stage doing some vocals or whatever, and then he would like step backwards and the lights would go down, and then he would just be like a shadow amongst all the other shadows looking exactly the same, and then maybe like the guitarist would come out and start playing a solo or whatever, and like that would be the star of the stage at that moment, and everybody's kind of like clapping and doing like animated on the outside, including David Byrne, who's just like doing the same thing as everybody else. So it was kind of cool how he like would kind of like step into the background and let each of the individual musicians come up and do something cool at some point. And there's a lot of theatrics to it as well. I mean, it was mostly just physical theater. It wasn't like there weren't props or nothing, but it was really cool.
Was it a large venue for all that space, all that moving around?
It was a huge venue. It was the auditorium and near Midway. It's fairly close to Midway in Chicago.
So over here where I'm at, I'm close to Midway. You could have come.
Yeah, we went to the show, and then we
could have come and got your amiibo.
I guess so. We thought about maybe.
No, it's all right. We were at Caroline had a Halloween party. We were over there on Saturday.
We kind of decided to stay overnight, like a couple days before that. Otherwise, we were going to drive home. But it was cool though. Yeah, like just seeing, someone live that I've heard my whole life. This is just a special thing. Like nothing tops a live musical performance. That's got to be my favorite thing to experience. And like, I guess in the social sense of life, seeing people play music live is it's next level.
For sure. But it's got nothing on the Mortal Kombat Legacy Collection.
Actually,
it's probably better than that. But no, I got the Mortal Kombat Legacy Collection last week. It came out right after. It actually made me wait. It didn't come out till 2 a.m, which sucked because I kept saying that I was hoping it was coming out at midnight, and I thought I had seen something online saying otherwise. But no, it came out at 2 a.m. And I like booted up the game. I got my lever list set up like on my lap and all that, all connected to the TV. And the first thing it like gives me this. It's like you have to read all this stuff and then agree to it. And I was like, okay, how do I do it? And it's like use the right trigger. And I'm like, God damn it! It's like I don't have a right stick on my lever list. I can't do any of this. I have to go get a different controller. So like right at the front, it was already stopping me from playing it. But no, once I got through that, I was like, I had to, you got to scroll through whatever the shit and agree to it, and then be able to start the game finally. And then, but once I got past that, I was into it and playing all the different versions of stuff. And there's been, there were a lot of like positive reviews for it, like right when it came out, because I think that people didn't really get to try the online or whatever. There's been a lot of like complaints about the online mode, I guess, from what I've heard. Apparently the PS5 version is really bad. Like that seems to be the one they're doing like the refunds for. Like that's like the worst version of all of them.
Refunding it?
Yeah, some of them, I guess. I just saw that like a couple days ago. So I didn't play online at all. I was having a fine time. With all there's some really weird stuff missing. Like, it shows like when you start up the game, there's all the different arcades next to each other, and immediately the first thing I noticed was Mortal Kombat 1. On the side of the arcade cabinet is missing Johnny Cage. He's gone. He's got there. Normally, there's a graphic of him standing there, doing his uppercut with like the dragon around him. He's gone. It's just the dragon, which I'm like, okay, what's up with that? I thought maybe it might have had something to do with Daniel Pesina. I know there's like some bad blood between him and like Midway and all that. We actually did do an interview with him that's on our Patreon, patreon.com/NintenDomain podcast. That we did at one of the Midwest Gaming Classics. We didn't really talk about that, but we talked to him and we talked to the guy who played Liu Kang also, because they were out on the show floor and we did interviews with them. But from what I heard, I think in the interview he does talk about how they kind of snubbed him and how he sort of got ghosted between like, because he was in Mortal Kombat 1 and 2, but then Johnny Cage is like dead, I guess, off screen in 3, and they just kind of just didn't call him after that, and then the next time you see Johnny Cage again, it's like 3D Johnny Cage for Mortal Kombat 4. So there's something weird between them. I know that Daniel Pesina like helped choreograph a lot of the moves. Like for the first one, he also played both Scorpion and Sub-Zero in Mortal Kombat 1, which I saw because I beat the arcade mode where it'll show all the players and all that. But yeah, he's completely removed from the side of the arcade, which I'm like, all right, weird. But I mean, overall, like I like having all these games to play. There's just like some real nitpicky stuff in there that kind of bothered me right off the bat. Like probably the most annoying thing ever is in order to pause the game, you have to hold the select button for like 3 seconds. So it's just really annoying. I really wish there was a way to turn that off because you can't pause any of these games. Like you can, the only ones you can pause are like maybe some of the console ports you might be able to pause, but normally they don't. Like even like Mortal Kombat on Super Nintendo, like 1 and 2. You couldn't pause the game because they didn't want you to be able to use the slow motion controllers that like just press pause over and over and over again. Oh, so right. You can't pause. The only time you can pause the game is when you're in when it shows the ladder, like the climbing ladder, all the different people you fight or whatever. So you can't actually pause the game. So in order to pause this game, you have to hold the select button for like 5 seconds. And while you're doing that, you get punched in the face like 5 times while you're trying to pause the game. It's just not ideal. I don't understand like where this thought came from. I feel like these guys are really good at putting games together, but maybe they just never played Mortal Kombat or really knew like what people might want from playing the Mortal Kombat game. Like you should be able to.
That's kind of like real life, though.
You should be able to pause the damn game.
Someone starts punching you in the face, after about 5 seconds, you'll get the pause function.
I'm just saying, there's like a million other games that let you pause the game. Maybe they played too much.
The home button?
Maybe they played too much Dark Souls and they wanted to just not have pause or something like that. I found that really annoying. Also, you can have you can put the moves up on the screen, but it's some of the moves, but it won't show you the combo moves for like Mortal Kombat 3 and Ultimate 3 and 4 and all that, which is annoying because those are moves too. Except for like some games do, but some games don't. So it's like some of them will show you the combos for the characters, but some of them won't. So it's like, figure it out. Like do one or the other. Like really, like this stuff like that kind of drives me crazy. Where it's like, if you're already putting up the moves for the game, you should also put the combos in there also, because those are also moves, at least in the menu. And like sometimes if you pause at the wrong time, you can't see the moves, but if you have to pause like when you're not moving, you can see the moves. There's all these really strange things in there that just are like, why did you do this? But I beat like a good amount of it. Well, I mean, I made it through like the arcade modes of a lot of them. Last night I beat Mortal Kombat 1 and Mortal Kombat 3 on the arcade. I beat Mortal Kombat 4 arcade mode twice. Like, that game's pretty easy to get through. I beat Mortal Kombat 2 on Super Nintendo because there was a code you could put in that gave you, like, quad damage and, like, no damage towards you that I used to do as a kid. You could still do that. Also, in the menu, you can just turn it on. If you don't know how to do that move, you can just switch it on in the options, which is kind of cool. Stuff like that. But it's like... It's like you get like the Game Boy version of like Mortal Kombat 1 and 2, but you don't get any of the Game Boy versions of like 3 or 4 in there. Or like, like you have the Genesis and Super Nintendo ones of 1 and 2 and 3, but then there's no Genesis version of Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3. There's only the Super Nintendo one. There's just like, I don't know. Some of it's like, why are we only getting pieces of it? I mean, maybe they'll bring out stuff later, but it's just kind of, I don't know. It seems like a lot of stuff is missing in there.
Seems likely the case. I mean, well, this is also a holiday game at this point, released in late October, early November, whatever.
Late October.
So it's like, well, they probably were hurrying to get it out for the holidays and said, well, we can do this other stuff later. So I'm sure that's all on the table for later.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the huge problem with it, from what I've heard, is the online mode, which I finally was able to get online a little bit last night. I tried it like somewhat. I actually didn't have any problems. The only problem I had is that nobody's on there. It's fucking Deadsville. Like, the game's only been out for a week. Well, probably also because, a lot of people are yelling about how bad the online is. Why would there be people on there if they know it's not good or whatever?
Is it cross-platform?
No, there's no crossplay either, which is a big thing. So two of the big things that people were pissed about is no crossplay and no lobbies. There's no lobbies at all. Like, that was a big one that people were really mad about because it's impossible for you to play your own friend in the game. So, because
what is the announcement about the arcade feature, Chronicle of the Realms?
Well, they said there are lobbies coming later. but when, it's gonna. I guess people are just mad that it wasn't there from the front. And basically, if you want to try to play a friend of yours, you basically have to get on the phone and be like, okay, 3, 2, 1, press start. Hopefully, we'll end up together in the same game. Like that sort of thing. Because it's only.
I thought you were gonna say get on the phone and like call each other up like you had to do when you were playing Duke Nukem in the '90s. Like, hey, perfect '90s online experience here.
Well, I was gonna say you actually couldn't do that because you wouldn't have the phone line because you're using the modem to connect your computer.
I would call my friend and I'd say, let's play the game, and then
then not talk.
Be off the phone.
Yeah, so you can't get on the phone. But I mean, you would have to like be in contact with the person and be like 3, 2, 1, press start. Hopefully, we'll be fighting each other.
Yeah.
But I mean, I did some of the random playing. I played Mortal Kombat 1 and 2. It seemed fine for me, but from what I've seen online, people are saying that the audio was like cutting out really badly and that there was a big delay. There has been a patch since then, so maybe I just caught it after the patch. But I mean, it's just like having a collection of fighting games in particular. You need to have the online working, because if it works, then people can use it for tournaments and stuff like that. And it's a big missed opportunity to not have that in there. And I see like that was a big misstep there.
I would say maybe not everybody, but most people who bought these games wanted to play online. That's why they bought them.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, I wanted to play online, but none of my friends got it. So, I mean, actually, I'm here more for the single player.
You shouldn't be killing all your friends. You should be using friendship moves.
Yeah, I did do a friendship move just earlier today, but and also like on the subject of single player, and this has kind of been like this for most of the Mortal Kombat games, no matter what version you play. If you put it on hard, if you put it on easy, if you put it on medium, there's no fucking difference. It's all the same. It's all arcade hard. So maybe the first couple characters are fine, and then once you get to character 3, they're destroying you in 2 seconds. And they know every move you're going to do. They'll predict it. Like if you're going to jump, they'll always jump quicker. Like you try to uppercut, they'll uppercut you before. Like this is just how the Mortal Kombat games were in the arcade. Like they're super hard, and incredibly annoying. And it would be really nice if they could tinker in there and maybe make it less brutal. I was watching a video of Justin Wong, like one of the best like fighting gamers out there, just getting destroyed for like an hour against Shao Kahn in like Mortal Kombat 3, where it's just like that's just how it is. It's like he's so cheap. He's incredibly cheap. I'm surprised. The only reason I beat him is that I saw somebody post online that you can just run up to him and try to just keep uppercutting him, and you can get him doing that, and that's how I got through it for Mortal Kombat 3. But yeah, it's stupid hard. Like he just
cheese it somehow.
Yeah, you totally got to cheese your way through it, because he'll just hit you and hit you and hit you and hit you, and it's I put up a video of was it Motaro was incredibly annoying too, because half of your moves don't work with him. You can pretty much have to jump kick your way through it, and rewind. The rewind button, which does work on the leverless. I was afraid because if you're playing with the normal controller, you have to click in the left stick to do the rewind. But in my leverless, it just rerouted to another button, so I was still able to rewind. So if you're savvy enough, you can just rewind with Motaro and like just rewind and jump and dodge and rewind and dodge, and then try to rewind your way through the match, which I probably did that. Anyway, you can rewind your way through battles doing that and jump around, and that's how I did it.
Did you still? You had a good time playing with the leverless, though. Like,
oh yeah, no. I mean, I'm still having a great time with these games. I'm just saying they're hard. Mortal Kombat 1, 2, and 3 are all very hard. When you get to 4, it's nicer. 4 is easier, I guess, for some reason. Like I have a pretty easy time getting through that one. And also, weirdly enough, like you only have the arcade version of 4. You don't get the PlayStation or the 64 version, which sucks because the 64 and PlayStation versions, they have Goro in them. The arcade does not. So if you remember playing as the 3D Goro, he's not here. He was only in the... And 64 one had a special level, too. Had an exclusive level in there as well.
Were those put out by Acclaim? Because I remember the original was
Midway.
An Acclaim game.
Midway.
But on the home ports, it was Acclaim for
not
Genesis
Mortal,
version, right?
Not Mortal Kombat. Not any of the Super Nintendo ones.
Oh,
it was like Probe Entertainment and like what's the other one? I don't know. It wasn't Well, I guess maybe one of them was Acclaim, but those are on there. Like because I think was it Super Nintendo might have had the Acclaim on it. But I mean, those games are there though, so that's not a reason that they're not there, because they're all the Super Nintendo, the Genesis one, they're all on there, but the 64 one is not.
Is this
There's like no console
it's
ports.
Digital Eclipse. That's right.
Yeah,
I see it here. So I mean, that's a good developer. They're gonna support this.
I mean, maybe hopefully in the future is what I'm hoping. Because I think
they're doing a lot right now. So
they're doing a lot trying to fix the online.
Yeah.
For this is what it seems.
Well, it
like.
seems like I mean they're fixing the online for this, and like they're doing all these other games and stuff too. 'Cause they're hot and in demand and all that stuff. So I trust that they will get there.
Yeah, it's just a lot of people wish they would have got there before they released the game.
Right.
Is what it seems to be. The word is out there. But if you want to play games where the bosses are nicer to you, not like the arcade, you can play Mortal Kombat Mythology Sub-Zero and Mortal Kombat Special Forces, like I did, and I beat both of them. So there you go.
Are those both 64 games?
No, the 64 versions are not on there.
Oh.
It's they only have the PlayStation version. Well, Mortal Kombat Mythology Sub-Zero had a 64 version but not Special Forces.
So is it PS1?
So they're both they have. That's another thing that I miss. Like, so Mortal Kombat Trilogy is on there, but it's only the Mortal Kombat Trilogy PlayStation 1 version.
Oh, okay.
Not the 64 version, which the 64 version was the one that I played, which was better in some ways because it didn't have loading. But that one's not on there. And Mortal Kombat Mythologies is only the PlayStation 1 version, which you could argue is the better version because that one has the cutscenes in it and the 64 one doesn't. So, but the 64 one was the one that I played through. But regardless, they once I got tired of getting my ass handed to me by Shao Kahn, I was like, hey, let's try out Mortal Kombat Mythologies. I liked that game when I was in high school, regardless, aside from what people said about it.
Mm-hmm.
And it's I feel like it's kind of one of those things that you had to be there, I guess. There is like supposedly a fixed there's like a fixed control version of it now where you don't have to press a button to turn around. I didn't try that because I'm old school. I want to play it the way it was originally. So I played with the turnaround button. But apparently, there is that you can change it to make it a little more modern, which may make it easier to play. I don't know. I didn't try it. But I mean, I played this game a lot. It was one of those things where I reserved it when I heard about it because, a single player, like, RPG-esque Mortal Kombat game starring Sub-Zero sounded like the coolest thing I'd ever heard of when I was a teenager, and I reserved it at Toys R Us. I even paid full price for it before there was a review out there in the world or whatnot. So I stood to that game, and I was like, I'm fucking getting it, and I'm playing it all the way through, and I did. And I mean, I understand why people might not like it, but I like it. I think it's fun. It's a hell of a lot easier with a rewind button. That's for sure. That really, really helps because there's a lot of where you'll accidentally fall off a cliff and you can just rewind.
There's stuff where like when he's walking, he walks a little too close to the right, and you can't really see what's coming.
Yeah, you could say there's some parts where you're supposed to like fall down and you don't know, and you might die, or you might go to a different platform, but it doesn't really tell you, like stuff like that. But I mean, like I said, compared to the arcade mode, to the arcade bosses, though, it was easy. Like Mortal Kombat Mythology's bosses were much, much easier. But yeah, I beat that, and I also beat Mortal Kombat Special Forces, which I've never played before. This is the first time I played it was on this collection. And I always wanted to because it was a PlayStation 1 game, and I didn't have a PlayStation. And Mortal Kombat Special Forces is basically Mortal Kombat Mythology's Jax. That's what it should be called. It's a single...
like third-person shooter?
No. Well, kind of.
So you're like Jax instead of Sub-Zero?
It's more like a top-down beat-em-up with levels, is kind of what like a top-down beat-em-up Metroidvania-ish sort of thing. You have to collect keys to open different parts of the level.
So it's like Gauntlet.
But I guess, except there's only one of you. And you do level up in that one too. Like they all have RPG elements. Like in Sub-Zero, like you get experience points, and you have to you have to get to like level 2 before you can learn the freeze move. You don't start with it. You have to earn it. And you'll earn the freeze move, and then you'll get the slide, and then you get a bunch of other shit later. But you get all these other moves that Sub-Zero doesn't normally have, and that. And same with like in Mortal Kombat Special Forces, it's a top-down I would call it a top-down beat 'em up, but it has more like, it's a little more puzzly, I guess, in the level progression. Is what I would say. There are guns in there, but you can't move and shoot with them. Like it's not like the camera's not behind you, like that sort of thing. You basically, kind of, there's a first-person mode, but you can just aim. You can't like.
Kind of sounds like an adventure game.
But I mean, compared to Mortal Kombat Mythologies, I think it's a lot more approachable, I guess. But also, there's some parts of the game where the game is so fucking dark that I found it like completely unplayable. Like when you get to the Outworld, like I couldn't see shit, and you can't change the brightness level in the game at all. Like there's no options for that. So I basically did what I did when I was in high school with Doom 64. You turn off all the lights in your house and hope that you can see enough to get where you're going. That's what I was trying to do because I could not see anything. Like I
thought maybe you turned up the brightness on your TV or something.
No, I didn't want to fuck with the TV. I didn't want to fuck with the TV brightness. I mean, yeah, I mean, I've done that before, but I just didn't want to. I didn't want to mess with it. So I turned off all the lights and hoped that then I could see everything, and I could see enough. And I got to like the second to the last level of the whole game last night because I really wanted to beat it. But and I almost beat it in one sitting, because I just started playing it yesterday, and I was like, I looked on how long to beat. It's like, oh, you can beat in 4 hours, and I was like, oh, okay, well, let's try to chug through this game. And I got to like the second to the last level, and I'm like, all right, well, I'm gonna go sleep. I'll get up tomorrow and I'll play it. And then I'm trying to play it in the daytime with all the windows, the brightness in the house, and I'm like, I can't see anything. So I had to like pull the Switch 2 off the dock and like boost up the brightness as high as I could, and then I played it like that until I got to Kano, to the boss of Kano, and then I put it back in the dock and beat him with the leverless. But I played everything with the leverless, and I think playing Mortal Kombat Mythology Sub-Zero with the leverless is better actually, because now you have a jump button, and you didn't have a jump button with a regular traditional controller.
Do you set that as like a shortcut kind of thing?
No. That's just how it. So like, so the leverless has like your 3 buttons here, the left, right, down, or whatever, and so you got your left, right, down here, and then the jump is its own button, is up, it's a button. So like it's just easier for me to like move and then hit that to jump instead of like pressing up on a stick on a control pad. It just feels better, and it makes the jumps and the platforming much easier using the leverless is what I found. So there you go. There's my weekly endorsement of the leverless controller, as I do in here. But
you have a simple machine you like, and it's not the lever.
It's definitely worth the $40 I spent on it or whatever. I got plenty of mileage out of that thing. But I mean, no, I like the game. I just there's just weird tweaky stuff. Also, like the sound levels are all over the place. Like some games are really really low and some games are really really loud. So you have to that annoys me, where you have to change your volume. So like you play Sub-Zero and you have to crank up the volume to hear anything, and then you put it on Mortal Kombat 3 and it's like and it's like screaming at you, and it's like and then you got to turn it back down. Like nobody was mixing this. Nobody was like, hey, let's can we try to put the games at the same level here instead of having some of them really 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 low? I don't know. But I mean, I'm going to keep playing it, obviously, because I like it. But it's, I just wish that...
if you disliked this, I would be sad because you were so excited about it.
Oh, yeah. No, I mean, I had a great time with it. I think I already put like 20-some hours into it. But, there's just nitpicky stuff. And it's a shame that they don't have the online stuff that people want.
Have you watched any of the documentary stuff?
I watched a little bit. of it.
How are you enjoying that?
Is Doc Mack in there?
Doc Mack is in there, and I did see him already. I think they shot the whole thing at the Galloping Ghost. Like it looks like it. I mean, Mortal Kombat is like from Chicago, so, and they're they do their interviews like in between the arcade machines, and I was like, man, I hope they let them mute them because they're really loud. Otherwise, you're not going to be able to hear anybody. But no, they have their they do like new interviews. I don't know. It kind of reminds me of like watching like new behind the scenes Star Wars stuff. It's like I've seen all this stuff before. Like I watched all the, when the Crypt was created for the GameCube Mortal Kombat game, they had a shit ton of making of videos in there that I've seen already. And they're kind of saying the same things, but these are newer, and they're nicer, but a lot of it's also stuff I already know. But so I just watched a little bit of it, like when I first got it, but I've just mostly been playing the game. And you were saying that the Atari one, like you get to play parts of the game in the timeline, right? I don't think this one does that at all. I think it's just straight videos. Right? Isn't the other one interactive, more interactive?
Yeah. Well, the Atari one, there's different ways you can approach it. One, there's the timeline that has the history and the documents and the movies and the games all along the same timeline path, whatever. But then you can also just go to a list of the games and play them that way if you want to.
Because I did the timeline, and I didn't see anything that was interactive aside from like, here's a scanned picture. You can look at it close up or whatever. I didn't see
maybe that
any
makes
video game stuff.
Sense for this collection. The Atari, there's literally like 50 something games on there, whatever. But how many games are there? Probably like 12 or so.
23.
20, more than that, yeah.
There's 23. I just heard that from a review that I saw, but that's multiple versions of one game. So like
the same game, yeah.
So there's like 5 different versions of, or something like that. There's like a bunch of different versions of Mortal Kombat 1. So, and also there's like, you have the GameCube ones, but you have the Game Boy Advance versions of them, which is like, why even put them in there? I guess I found that kind of a weird addition. I mean, save that for, hopefully they're going to do a volume 2 of this where we get the like, I'd like to see a volume 2 with Deadly Alliance and like Armageddon and all those games on there. Where you get the 3D with like the GameCube, PS2, Xbox ones.
So, I appreciate them adding whatever they can to this version.
Yeah.
It's exciting that you can play Game Gear version?
I think there's only one Game Gear game on there. I think it's only Mortal Kombat 1.
Still though, just the fact that you can play a Game Gear game.
Yeah. That's what's weird. It's
Mortal Kombat Collection is cool.
Yeah. So that's what's weird about it. We have, we got Game Boy, we got the Game Boy version of Mortal Kombat 1 and 2, which I played the Game Boy version of Mortal Kombat 2 and it's much better than 1. It's actually kind of playable. Like I was actually able to I did Scorpion's Fatality, which which you can, with the fire and all that on there. But I heard
Nintendo didn't even want the blood to be red in those Game Boy games.
Well, there's no blood in the Game Boy games.
Oh.
At all. So I mean, it's it's just not there because they even if they wanted to, but the body still explodes. Like you do you still do the fire and he explodes. Is what the second one did. You burn him and then the bones fly everywhere. It still does that. It just doesn't look as cool. But I mean, I'm hoping they'll add stuff later. I mean, I expect they already said they're going to do lobbies and some sort of as you're saying, the online arcade thing, which I really don't know exactly what that means, but the Chronicle of the Realms or whatever it's called. So we'll see how that goes. But we're at an hour mark here, so do you want to take a break here?
Sounds good to me.
Sure.
I do have here. Let me let's just do this for a second here. So I wanted to try to amend my John birthday gift. So I just Venmo'd you $8, John. So you can buy Resident Evil Revelations 2. It's on sale right now for $8.
Oh, okay.
Just do that so I can fix the gift that I tried to get you that didn't have 2 on it.
I'll do that right now using the Nintendo Shop app.
Yeah, we'll get into that after the break too. But yeah, I just wanted to not forget that. I was like, well, shit, it's on sale again. And I wanted to get it for you at that price, and that's how I ran into the debacle that I did. But now I can just send you $8. Now just get it. It's $79.99 right now. I think it's on sale through the 11th, so you should be fine.
Got it. Thank you.
But all right, yeah. Let's take a break, and then we'll come back and talk about Dragon Quest and Animal Crossing and whatever else.
Hey, you.
It's me, Mario.
Yeah, you. Subscribe to our Patreon to hear our bonus shows, which happen every month.
I'm tired.
Tired of all the big corporate podcasts spoon-feeding you the same old video game news on every single show?
Spaghetti. Ravioli.
Then expand!
With NintenDomain Expansion Pack.
It's us talking about old games that were important to us. It's us interviewing people that we meet at conventions. And heck, it's live shows from those same conventions. It's basically everything you could want that NintenDomain ever made.
Here we go!
And it's just $1 a month.
That's less than a bad indie on the eShop.
It's $12 a year, which is less than Nintendo Switch Online.
Thank you so much for subscribing to our Patreon and supporting NintenDomain.
Just go to patreon.com/NintenDomain podcast and, hey, Mario, let go. Whoa! He's throwing us back to the show.
So long, Bowser.
Patreon.com/NintenDomain podcast.
Game over.
All right, we're back from the break. There was another big game that I got last week, and that's Dragon Quest 1 and 2 HD 2D, whatever it's called. I was just thinking, like, could I ever imagine that, like, two of my favorite things would come out on the same day, even a Mortal Kombat collection and a Dragon Quest collection, and Dragon Quest 1 even the game that many of us got for free from Nintendo Power back in the day, the very one that started all of it. You might know of it as Dragon Warrior 1. A Dragon Quest 1, but I was at like a Halloween party on Saturday night, and some guy was like, well, what games do you play? I was like, well, let me tell you about this game called Dragon Quest 1 that I've just been playing. I just hope they were not annoyed at me just rambling about this old NES game that maybe no one remembers. But yeah, no, Dragon Quest 1 is out now in HD, and it's so pretty. It looks great. The monster designs, they really pop in the 2D HD. I mean, I know we've said before that, some of these games look the same. I don't think so. I think this game looks much different than Octopath Traveler does, or like Live Alive, or any of those. Just because it has the 2D HD, I still think it very much has its own style and its own feeling. Like everything looks much, much different. I mean, it has.
I guess I've been a little skeptical about it.
It feels like a Dragon Quest game. Like this looks. You could put this side by side to like Octopath Traveler, and you could tell what is what. But I was really interested to see what they did with Dragon Quest 1 because I like Dragon Warrior 1 a lot. I played it a few times. I played through it on NES in a couple days. Like I said in our NES anniversary episode, I played the shitty mobile version that's on Switch. I played that version too, all the way through. I played the Game Boy Color version that had. I've played the Super Famicom one. They did like a Super Famicom version of it too. I've played that, so I played it many different ways, and this one is completely different. The original game was always like it was you against the world, but it's just you against one person at once, one enemy at once. But this one, they throw multiple enemies at you at once, which I remember seeing that in the trailer and being like, oh, that never happened in the original game. And it makes the game a lot harder. I put in the notes here, the game is both harder and easier at the same time. It's easier now that the game autosaves constantly. You go to a new town, it autosaves. You beat an enemy, it autosaves. So if you're like wandering around the world and you run into an enemy that's just going to kill you in 2 seconds, you can go back to the last time you beat somebody, and you don't have to lose half your coins and go back to the to the main castle or whatever. If you don't want to, of course you can if you do want to do that. But
Can you turn that feature off?
you can, yeah. Or you could also just say, take me back to wherever I saved last, or whatever. It gives you options after you die. And if it's a boss, you can do rematch. But yeah, you can turn all this stuff off. There's different difficulty modes too. Well, there's like Draki Quest and Dragon Quest, and then there's Draconian Quest. So Draki Quest is like where you don't die. You'll get down to 1 HP, but you won't get killed ever.
Draki being the bat.
Yeah, like the bat character, yeah. And the Draconian one, which you've seen in other Dragon Quests, that's the where everything is extra hard. But when I started this game, and you automatically get treasures for having the save from Dragon Quest III HD2D. So I'm like, oh cool. So I got the dog suit, which is actually like a pretty strong outfit that you can wear. It's probably like 5 or 6 levels up from like the first thing you start with. So I had a little bit of an advantage, but I was walking around the world and I was like, oh man, this game is easy. This game is way too easy. But it does the same thing where like you cross into a continent, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh, I'm dead now. So
then you're incontinent.
So it still does that, which I always like that about the original one, where it's like once you get into the wrong area, you're dead, like in a couple seconds. So it's definitely hard still. And I tried going, there was like a secret boss that I knew about from the NES one that I tried to fight, and every hit like took out all of my life, like all my HP. So I was like, all right, well, I can't fight this guy yet. I gotta come back and do this later. But it's kind of fun to just like fiddle around and be like, all right, I know where this is. And you can zoom everywhere now. And you find these scrolls. They're supposed to be ancient scrolls from Dragon Quest III, to where you can actually use spells in Dragon Quest III and 1 that you weren't able to originally use in the NES one. So they've done things to like make it more modern. And they reference themselves too. Like you'll run into like Robin Hood, and he talks about his ancestor and how he fucked around with your ancestor and all that. And, they talk about what happened in Dragon Quest III, which was like the first game and all that. So, but I always enjoyed Dragon Quest 1 because you only have one person. You don't have a party. And I always took a bit to get used to it again playing. And it's like, oh, I have this seed of defense, or I have this seed of luck or whatever. It's like, oh, who do I give it to? It's, oh, wait, there's only one person. It's just me.
Mm-hmm.
So I just, yeah. So it's kind of cool. But yeah, no, I mean, I just got to the part I killed the dragon. I killed the green dragon, and I just rescued Gwaelin.
That's like the first
the,
act, right?
The princess.
Yeah.
It's like the first big boss, I guess. I mean, I played it for like 9 hours.
Garland's the first big boss.
What?
Garland's the first boss.
Oh yeah, I don't know. Everything's all different on this one. So.
Oh wait, no, Garland was from Final Fantasy 1.
I was gonna say, I don't know what Garland is. Are you talking about Garlandome?
I'm talking about Garland from.
That's a land that you, or that's a town you go to. I think that's a reference from somebody from 3 also. But no, I got to the. I beat the dragon, which the dragon was pretty hard. There's a move that you have called Wild Side that lets you like attack twice in a row, and the dragon can do that too. So I barely made it through that one at the skin of my teeth. But
sounds like the name of a vape shop.
Wild Side, yeah. But so when you rescue Gwaelin, the princess, and in the NES one, the animation is you carrying her, and I always thought I had seen rumors that you could like go through the whole game and get all the way to the end of the game like carrying her, but I don't think you can do that in the NES one, but you can in this one. So I'm going to try to get as far as I can without going back to the regular castle to see that cutscene, and I'm just going to go and do the rest of the game carrying her. And she actually she has there's dialogue she'll say in different places, because I think all she said is "thou must" or whatever in the original one when you take her back to the. This is in 2? This is 1. Dragon Quest 1.
I remember picking up the princess.
But, I mean, there's probably a princess in 2 also. But do you carry her? I don't think so.
No. In 2, it's like you're meeting your cousins.
Yeah, that's 2. But I haven't played 2. I've only played 1 on this so far. I'm going in order. But yeah, I'm carrying the princess, and she can heal you while you're fighting. Like you'll set her down. You'll like set her down by you, and then you fight regular. I was like, are you gonna fight with your sword and her in one hand and sword in the other? But no, you set her down, and then you fight on your own.
Do folks attack her?
I don't think so. I mean, they haven't that I've seen, Because I don't think I can heal her or whatever, so probably not.
She'd heal herself.
But it's kind of the same like Dragon Quest 3 where, what was just like an item that you found in a treasure chest, now there's like, they kind of make a story around it in a cutscene, and there's dialogue and spoken dialogue, and there's stuff that was not in 1 at all, not in the original NES game. Where you go to Lodo's grave or Erdrick's grave or whatever, and there's people already there, and you gotta like, they're like, oh, I'm gonna get to the treasure before you, and and they all get lost, and you find them in the world. Like they developed all these extra stories around what the regular game is. So it's cool to discover that. Yeah, it's cool to discover that stuff if you already kind of know the game.
Oh.
And they've expanded upon it a lot in that way. And it's, I don't know, I like it a lot.
It's new. It's new.
Yeah, it feels like a different game. If you've played the first one, and the first one you can get through like in a day if you're dedicated, but this one is.
And I have played the first one, but it was on the,
You played the
mobile port that's on Switch 1, which I did finish, but I don't remember much about it. I do remember the Green Dragon, but that was just where it all started.
Yeah, I think the Green Dragon's kind of like always thought was like the halfway point of the game, because you fight him in the cave, but there's other stuff. Everything's kind of out of order now. In this one, it's like, well, I thought I did that before this one, but it's it's kind of one thing or another. And I'm playing it with where it's like go here, because I don't care. You can point me.
There's got to be something to them releasing 3 before 1, 2 as well. Like it's like they want you to play 3 first.
Yeah, well, I mean that's it. It's weird because there was 1 because 1 is like you're the descendant of Lodo, Erdrick, and then 2 you're the descendant of the descendant from last game, and then 3 it's like, oh well, now you're the actual hero, and that was like kind of. It was a surprise, like somewhat later in the game, but yeah, it's like, oh, you get to play as the hero, so 3 actually takes place before the other ones. But I mean, if you put them all next to each other, like 1 and 2 are much simpler than 3. Like 3 is a much more complicated game because you have all the different classes and all that stuff. So
it's like So the first modern RPG.
Yeah, well, it was the first. It was definitely the first console RPG to have classes in general, and not to mention Dragon Quest 1 was the first console RPG of all time. So.
Before Final Fantasy 3.
Before Final Fantasy, even existed. Final Fantasy came out after Dragon Quest. And Dragon Quest 3 was the first one to use class systems. So they know everything. But no, it's a lot of fun. I was wanting to get through Dragon Quest 1, before we got to this episode this week, but I don't want to rush it because it's a lot of fun.
I mean, if you're having a good time with it, then good.
Yeah. No, I like it a lot. I did make the mistake of listening to Axe of the Blood God before this one, and they had mixed feelings about it. But I didn't really feel like that at all. Anything that they said about it.
I think the person, the person who was talking about like being disappointed was like somebody that plays that as their comfort game, which I know you are kind of similar, but you have other comfort games as well.
Yeah, I mean, well, it is. I do think it's. I mean, I probably haven't played as much as this person, but it is kind of a comfort game for me, but. I like to see it changed. I don't. Yeah. I don't like to see the same thing over and over again. I want you to expand things within the world. I don't need another Force Awakens. You know what I mean? I want like an actual thing with different stories and whatnot.
Well, the good news is that if you want to play the original, you have the access to that. So.
Well, my TV's broken. I have to hook it up to a different TV. But yes, that's why I didn't. That's why I didn't get to play the Fire Emblem game yet because my TV's still broken that I have in here. And I didn't want to hook it up to the HD one. But yeah,
the CRT is broken as well, right?
That's what I meant. The CRT one's broken.
Oh.
That's the broken one that the Super Nintendo's hooked up to right now. So I'd have to unplug it and plug it into other things. But yeah, I highly recommend Dragon Quest 1 and 2. Check it out. It's very cool. They're all cool. But yeah,
$60.
$60 for 2 games, but yeah, they're worth it. I guess 2 is even bigger. So
it's more robust.
I'm interested to see how long 1's going to end up being in the end. Because like I said, you could beat it pretty quickly on the other one.
As long as it's not long in the tooth.
And I think John did that too. I kind of fucked around with Disney's Illusion Island just for like a half hour because it was free.
I did a little bit, about the same amount of time.
Did you play it? I mean, it looks like a promising. I always thought it was like a 4-player new Super Mario Brothers type thing, but it's more of a Metroidvania.
It is more of a Metroidvania.
It's got a big
Nintendo Online trial.
Yeah, it's already.
It is.
It's already over.
It's over already.
Yeah.
God damn it!
It was done like
But it's supposed to be like
yesterday,
New Super
or-
Mario Bros. But with
Well,
But it is more like a Metroidvania, but with four players.
Okay.
yeah, it's like a 4-player Metroidvania because there's a big map. Everything's connected on one map.
Yeah,
instead of like level after level. It's
It's a
everything.
big map, and it's mostly like on a wide zoom out. So it's about like walking these like long distances, and jumping around, and that's kind of like a floaty type of feel to it. It felt the feel of it to me felt a little bit like the Ori games for anyone who's played those games.
Sure.
Yep, just that kind of feel.
it's weird that there's a floaty feel because a thing about Disney that separated it from Warner Bros. Was like it had a real like gravity to the animation. Like there's more like weight to the way the characters moved in like Disney animation versus like Warner Bros. Animation. If you look back on it.
Oh yeah, like Looney Tunes versus
Uh-huh.
like Mickey Mouse or whatever. Not this game. It's back to the floating.
Apparently not.
I did think there's like a 10-minute cut scene like at the beginning of
pretty
the
long.
game that's
It was like-
really long that I was like, wow,
Before
okay.
I started doing other
Yeah.
things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you go like make a sandwich while they were talking and then come back and be like, all right, can I play yet?
I mean, I think it was like at least a 15-minute opening, which I mean, fine for a Disney cartoon. It was like a reminder. Oh, this is
It
by
felt,
Disney.
it felt
for their
pretty long.
animation.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's too much.
that's fine. It looked like it almost looks like there's a more modern Mickey show, which I think has been over for a couple of years.
But it has a Cuphead people, right? Or no, wait, I'm thinking of something else. But it has like a very like
A distinct look
Adventure
to it.
Time or like Ren and Stimpy look to it. Like
Yeah, a little bit
really
like
bizarre.
like Ren and Stimpy by way of Disney. Yeah.
But
Oh.
it looks like it looks kind of more computer animated than hand drawn, though. I would say, like from what I saw in this game, like there's some cool like animations in the background, but it doesn't have that like detail that like Ren and Stimpy
Mhm.
had. I don't think.
True. Well, I mean, I thought the game was okay. It like we keep saying Metroidvania, but it feels like a Metroidvania light, like Metroidvania that an 8-year-old could get into, and maybe there's more depth to it later on. I don't know. Game trial's over. I'm not going to buy it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure we're
It was
we're
cool
in the
to try
exact
it.
same spot.
Wait,
here.
I thought
Like,
you were a Disney adult.
I was never. I was never planning on getting it. I was just
had
like,
this thought exactly like
I was like, I could try it. I guess.
if I were a Disney adult, I would think this game was great. I mean, like, I'm not. I'm a fair weather.
I mean, you're kind of a
Disney,
Disney
whatever.
adult. I mean, you like Marvel, and they own them now.
That's true. I mean,
So that's
in that way, like
Disney
everybody-
kinda
I don't
owns
think
everything.
that's
Adult
fair. I don't think
system.
that's fair.
I watch ABC News. I'm a Disney adult.
No, pretty
Yeah.
much. I mean, that's you watch anything. It's Disney now.
Yep.
Do you like the Alien franchise? You like
When I
Disney?
spin around in circles a bunch and I get Disney, I'm a Disney adult.
Nice. Yeah, I could take this game or leave it.
Yeah,
But
I mean,
people like Disney. Yeah, sure. This is pretty cool.
it could be a fun 4-player game. But yeah, I never had any interest in buying it. It just was it was fun to check it out. And now that we have the new Nintendo Store app, it told me that I played it for 30 minutes. So now I know the exact time that I played it. So there you go. But yeah, let's
Well, that's very mature of you. So you are a Disney adult.
to only play it for 30 minutes.
You're
and
limited to your time.
and then play something else. But yeah, what else have you been doing, John?
Well, the big thing this week. No, I got to say that I wanted to play the Tingle game that Jeremy so kindly got me from Japan, but I need to find my DS still. It's
I
buried
didn't get
around
it for you
somewhere.
kindly. I was pissed off when I was kidding.
I didn't. Yeah, I wasn't sure if you had a DS still or not.
I knew you had a DS because you talked about it.
Yeah, I've got a DS. I don't know if it still works. I haven't fired it up about 12, 13 years. So I know the batteries.
It's probably
Go
got batteries still. Those things last for a really long time.
Well, yeah, when I find it, I'm going to play this game for sure.
It's probably in the box with your Virtual Boy that you forgot you had.
It probably is. Yeah.
just check your boxes. I know you got a few like game boxes.
I do.
I'll say
Around.
you have to have a DS, but if you don't find your DS in the next week, I'll send you one.
Yeah, Jeremy's probably got like 3
I
of
have
them
I have some
or
extra
4
DSs.
of them. I mean, I think I got a couple DSs too.
I've definitely got one. I've got my original, the ugly one.
I know I have a few 3DSs definitely. Oh, yeah, but those aren't region free.
I just have 2 3DSs.
Other than that, this week I got my Super Mario Brothers Platinum reward.
Oh, yeah,
in the
your
mail.
metal stand,
Man,
Yeah, I
that
think
was actual platinum.
metal paperweight.
It's pretty cool.
There
I
it
think
is. It's gold. It's got gold around the outside.
got a gold frame. It's not a frame, but it's the box art is framed by gold.
It kind of reminds me of like they're not bookends, but they're like
It's like a paperweight.
manila folder paper, or you'd have a bunch of manila folders, and that would be your little like bookends to them.
Yeah, I think it's cool. One thing that they didn't show you on the website is that the back of it is actually like this blue color, which is kind of cool. I think.
I think that might be mean something about the future of Nintendo.
The blue ocean strategy, the blue back
Cobalt.
strategy is what it is.
All their future chips will be cobalt based.
Did you hope that it would be the back of the box on the back there, since it's?
I didn't have
the
any
back
thoughts
on the
about it.
front?
It's some
But-
sort of alloy.
It feels like a premium product. You'd pay $8 for shipping or whatever, and it was 1,000 platinum points. But I'd do it again. I plan to get the rest of them. I'm already almost up to 1,000 points again. So
It looks
I'll get-
cool. Like, I wonder
Yeah.
where you're gonna put it. Like, you gotta show it off in your shot. Like, where are you gonna put it?
Yeah, I don't know. I'll probably just put it up on my display next to my TV and all the
But
stuff.
I want to see
Shelf.
it in your shot.
In my shot.
There's no shelves. There's no
yeah,
shelves
maybe you
back
need
there.
a shelf or something.
Yeah, but like up here somewhere.
Yeah, I think so.
Do a little hanging shelf on the wall.
Tape it to
I think you
Mario's
should.
face.
I think you should.
Tape it to Mario's face.
I gotta show you.
You can do
Mario.
some floating shelves.
Mario is now wearing the wristband that you got me.
Nice.
Oh, there you go. That's cool.
I don't know if he had ever been to Japan before, but if he hadn't, that's from Japan, Mario.
I still have this guy right here.
That's also from Japan.
Nice. Aside from that, Halloween happened, and I spent Halloween over at my sister's house. We did some gaming after the trick or treating was done. We played UFO 50, and got my
Two player?
No, I just showed them. We didn't do any 2-player.
Oh, okay.
Did
So-
your sister and your brother-in-law have like some sort of setup on their porch or whatever to like draw trick-or-treaters in?
Oh yeah, they've got the giant, the 12-foot statue, skeleton from Home
Oh,
Depot.
that's awesome.
The
Yeah,
big
one of
ones.
those. Yeah.
So like trick-or-treaters knew to like go there.
Yeah, actually, trick or treating wasn't really happening so much this year for some reason. Like we go there
On a Friday?
every year.
I thought there'd be more
Yeah.
because there's a Friday.
Well, because
Of
there was a
meeting on
big,
Friday.
they made a big deal downtown, which is just a few blocks away. So people were going downtown, like doing trunk or treating and that
Trunk
kind
or
of thing.
treat. Wow, that was a church thing, and now it's like mainstream.
Yeah, like they close off the whole downtown.
Mhm.
It's like it's not a big downtown here, but it's nice, like suburban downtown.
Mhm.
Those shops and stuff, and they'll close the streets. And so this year, whatever they were doing downtown, it drew a lot of people over there. And so only got like 5 or 6 groups of trick or treaters.
Oh man,
But anyway,
Yeah,
so we
only,
kinda closed
we only
up
got
early.
2, but we also went to the show. We had 2 before we left.
Mhm.
ended up staying and playing video games, which was fine by me. So UFO 50, I got my nephew and my brother-in-law into that, and my brother-in-law says it's on the list now.
nice.
Especially like the strategy games. So
like on the year list or just list of something he wants to buy.
some to buy. Yeah.
Okay.
On your
See, I think
wish
in
list.
like terms of like the year. Yeah,
Yeah, that's coming up soon.
Yeah, they're doing their own game of the year
I don't know.
podcast episode. You should tune in.
I don't want to sell anyone short.
It's called John's Nephew, the podcast.
Hey,
I mean,
you
give
know,
him a couple of years, he'll have one.
those kids know how to record shit.
Yeah, I was saying,
nowadays.
just give
They
it.
play Roblox.
It's gonna happen. It'll happen eventually. Sure.
Other games we played Rift Tracks. Rift Tracks, that game was really fun.
Mhm.
I bought that
You guys
game
know.
when it was on sale.
I did. I
and
did enjoy it
and
the
I
one
just
time
haven't-
we played it.
I haven't
It was
played
fun.
it. I haven't had a chance to play it with people other than you two. But
Mhm.
I did buy it because it was like $5, and it's sitting there on my Switch too. I'm hoping to play it
Well
again
worth it.
someday.
Yeah, for those who don't remember, it's basically Mystery Science Theater, but you all get to play. Mystery Science Theater meets the Jackbox games, so you play with your phone and suggest
I want
funny.
more games like that. It's so fun to like just do a line in the scene.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
we
get
all
to
have a
add
good time with that one.
you get to add dialogue to movies and whatnot, and
That's
try to
so
be
cool.
the funniest.
After the kids went to bed, we were still playing with the Switch too, and I let them have the controller, just kind of pick around at my library, and they were like, "What is this?" And they landed on Plumbers Don't Wear Ties. It's
Oh
like,
god.
Oh, there you go.
all right, well, we got to play this. This will be
Well, this is the most me game that's on here.
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
you like that game. I mean, you showed it to us at Jeremy's
You threw all your ties away.
pre-wedding party too.
I did.
So
Well, yeah, but they ended up having a fun time with it. You know, it plays the little movie in front, which kind of gives context of, hey, this is a bad game. We know it's a bad game,
Yeah.
but this is why we're putting it out and all that. And in that context, you can enjoy it. And having just come off of Rift Tracks, which we were making fun of bad movie clips, like here's a bad game now. So we were laughing, having a lot of fun with it. Got pretty far into it. But yeah, then other than that, another plumber thing, Luigi's Mansion. I played that a lot this week. Probably
Yeah.
played like 3 hours or so.
I've played a decent time.
yes, didn't you play it too, Jeremy? I saw you online playing it.
I've played a good chunk of it.
What do you think? You guys both have played it, and I haven't played it yet. I mean,
I've
I played
beaten
it
the game
when it
multiple
came
times,
out.
so like
Yeah, I mean, I played it a bunch of times.
Whatever.
I haven't played it recently though.
I'm probably the person who's played the game the least of the three of us. I played it. I played my roommate's copy back in the day, and I think I only ever got up to the baby.
Oh,
The
the dead ghost baby. My favorite
no,
part.
that's not true. I think I remember getting up onto a roof at some point, but
yeah, Baby
Yeah.
Roof. I remember that.
The baby
it was
roof.
nice. My favorite candy bar. It's been fun. So I mean, I'm just reminded of that period. You know, the launch of the GameCube and all that, and like being wowed at what advancements that brought. And now in retrospect, this is an old game now, and this is supposed to look bad, but it doesn't look bad. It looks good. Like
It
the
looks
visuals
really
hold up.
good. It looks amazing for being a quarter of a century old.
It's a
Like-
quarter of a century old. It's nuts.
So I remember when Odyssey came out, there was a big thing about like Mario's nose like wiggling when he walked or something. Maybe that was you know what? That was something else. That was maybe Mario Wonder or whatever. But when they were doing like these like weighted like animations, I remember like this all started in Luigi's Mansion. Like
Yeah,
Luigi's Mansion, his nose is like, like
Yeah, see, his nose
he's,
wiggles in there.
he's
Yeah.
super wiggly. Like his whole
Yep.
body is like made out of rubber.
His run
It's
animation
so
is perfect.
cartoony. Yeah, he's just like it's like
Scooting
you're
along.
playing Roger Rabbit or something like that.
And there's a Mario button. You can press a button
Mhm.
for him to just say Mario.
No, I've had a lot of fun with it. I think I'm just a little past the baby, so I'm not too much further. But yeah, I love it. It's fun. It's I don't remember how to beat the bosses, so I've actually had to figure it out like all over again.
A lot of flashlight stuff, right?
Yeah,
You
a lot of
gotta-
flashlight
Still got
stuff.
to
and, like,
flash them and
certain
and,
like because one thing that's really
shock 'em.
cool about this game is like it's like kind of a boss rush in a way because you've got these little like spots where you're sucking up ghosts in between, but like each I don't know, you can like fight like 4 ghosts in a row that have completely different like animations and like triggers and all that, and I just think that's really cool. So yeah, this game's great. It's a relic of its time in some ways, but it was also very forward thinking for what you could do for atmosphere if you just poured all your resources into like how it looked and how it felt.
I'll definitely beat this game on the GameCube online. And then I don't know, who knows, maybe I would be inspired to pick up number 2, and then I would finally play number 3.
3 is where you should go next.
3 is really good. Interesting thing I learned while my nephew was here. Number 2 is like one of his favorite games ever. It's Luigi's Mansion 2.
Oh, cool.
Well, probably because I remember him when he was younger playing it a lot on 3DS. I do remember him asking me to beat the spider boss at one point.
What year was he born again?
Well, he's 17 now, so what's 17 minus 25? I don't know.
28.
2008.
I guess so. Yeah, right. It would have been around that time. Yeah.
So you would have been like 4 when that game came out, probably.
Yeah.
Well, but he had it like no, Luigi's Mansion 2? No.
Well, you said his older
2012,
brother
right?
played games as well, right?
No, Luigi's Mansion 2 came out later. Like I was cuz I was playing that in like
It came out in like 2012.
What I remember that
It was a
game-
very early release.
oh yeah, I guess. I mean, he was pretty young when he was playing. I don't know. I just remember riding around in the car with him and him playing 3DS a lot. Like
Yeah.
playing Mario Kart and Luigi's Mansion
It came out
2.
in 2011. I think Mario Kart came out in like 2012 or 2013. But I remember hanging out with you, and that's why I ended up buying the 3DS, is because
It
it
was
looked so good.
It was during
with
the year
Mario
of
Kart.
Luigi, whenever that was.
Well, I remember playing that at when Nintendo was at Comic-Con, and that was in 2012. And that was a preview event of that game.
Okay, so it probably came out in like
I mean,
2012
the year
or
of
early
Luigi,
2013.
the year of Luigi was 2013,
So it came out
according to Wikipedia, and that was when that game came out.
Oh, so maybe it
Okay.
came out then. So I played it before it came out, I guess.
And that's when I actually bought my 3DS for $100, and it came with Dark Moon. It was used, but it came with a used copy of Dark Moon.
It came out March 24th, 2013 in North America. So he was like 5, but I mean, he probably got it later, you know?
It's funny, all that talking was just to be like, how old was your nephew?
I just remember him. I remember him playing it a lot, and I remember him asking me to beat a boss and also not get hit. And I was like, I don't know if I can do that because you get extra things for doing that. But it's just funny that he has like such great memories of it because he played it really young, and he's like, Luigi's Mansion 2, best game ever. And I was like, okay, weird, sure.
I can't even imagine if I had started with DS. Like, are you
Yeah.
kidding me?
Yeah,
Full 3D gaming,
yeah.
glasses free as a child.
He wasn't supposed to be playing that before he was 7. Reggie said
That's
that. It
true.
would ruin his vision.
Yeah. But yeah, I just thought that was interesting. But yeah, now all the Luigi's Mansion games are on Switch. So
It's true.
I do want to go back and play one again. I just played it on 3DS not that long ago. I mean, not that long ago, like a few years ago. But I played the 3DS one whenever the eShop was going down because I just wanted to play the remake of it because I really liked that first one. But yeah, it's just, you know, I got a lot of other games to play. But I would like to check it out sometime.
Played another really cool game this week, Force Strike, which has a demo. I played the demo. We mentioned it a couple weeks ago, but this is it's a martial arts game. It's 2D martial arts game where you plan your moves first and then you fight. Like, you ever watch like a martial arts?
Sounds like
movie?
an RPG.
A little bit. I thought maybe, but actually it's a roguelite. So I think you might like it, Jeremy.
Oh yeah,
It's like if Sifu were a 2D martial arts roguelike. So like, you know, you watch a martial arts movie and like the hero like goes through it flawlessly and doesn't get a scratch on him. Well, basically it's like what you do in this game is you go through the rehearsals for the big fight. So your martial arts clan has a secret tactic called Force Strike, which is that you can like meditate and
Rehearse.
visualize how you don't actually rehearse in the game world, but practically yes, you do rehearse. In the game world, you're meditating to visualize how the fight is going to go, and you do this by holding the L trigger. So you can think of these as like little like bite-sized beat 'em up scenarios, right? So that's each stage. So you start at the stage and it's like, there you are in the center. Here's a different enemies across the screen. One of them is a drunk. That's a type of enemy. The other one is like a bruiser. The other one is maybe more of like a defensive passive fighter. They're staged all over the screen at the start where the screen is frozen, and you kind of think like, okay, that's that type of guy, he's over there. That's that type of guy, he's over there. So it's a little bit of a puzzle game too. So you got to try to think your way through the fight. That's, you know, you hold the L trigger to enact the Force Strike mode, where you are free to try things out and make mistakes and get hit, get knocked down, and all that. And once you're sure that you've got the correct pattern, the correct strategy rather, that's when you move on to do your actual fight where you cannot lose. If you lose, basically that's the end of the round of roguelite action. And there's like branching paths on the main screen, so you can go to this fight or go to that fight and all that. And it's at some point down the line, if you lose too many fights, that's it. Your round of the roguelikes is over, and you're back to the dojo, where you can go ahead and start again. So in all this, you like gain certain abilities. Like one of the abilities was you could do an eye poke, which would turn the guy around, or another one, if an enemy throws a weapon at you, you can automatically catch the weapon, and then you can use that weapon. All these abilities are gained and lost through each round of the roguelike action. So I think you'd enjoy it, Jeremy. It's definitely like a bite-sized type of game. In fact, the price.
I really appreciate the visual style. It's really cool.
Yeah, it reminded me of like Super Brothers, Sword and Sorcery. It's a pixel art type game.
It reminds me of a bit of Katana Zero, a little less.
A little bit like that too, yeah.
Like neon style, but it's got that art style. So if I were just analyzing this from looking at it, this is a roguelike, a roguelike action RPG. That's what it is.
Can you level up?
Seems like it.
Yeah. So I mean, I'm into it, but John, you're playing an RPG for sure.
Well,
Oh man,
there's a demo out now, but it's not coming out till a couple weeks from now. It's coming out on the 17th.
I'm gonna play this demo for sure. This looks cool.
I had a good probably 2 hours with it. I think it was fun. I liked it a lot.
Does it carry into the game? Do you know?
I don't know. I wouldn't imagine so. I mean, it's the game's only $10, so I don't know how long it is. But I don't know. We'll see. They don't say. I didn't beat the demo, so I don't know.
This is definitely a newer concept to an action game that I'm interested in checking out.
Yeah, I'll give it a try. Yeah, I wasn't sure. For some reason, I thought it'd come out already, but no. It's not released yet, but I'll give it a go.
Yeah, it says 11/17 here, so we still got 12 days.
It's true.
This is a very, very likely pickup for me at $10. The last thing I did was Animal Crossing, which was inspired by the non-direct that we got.
Did you check out the new stuff? I haven't.
The non-direct. The new stuff isn't there yet.
Okay.
Yeah, the non-direct.
Not till January.
I mean, we can transition into it there, into our news segment. I haven't said news for the last couple episodes, so I didn't know where to put the news.
News.
Yeah, don't snooze or you miss the news.
News. Don't snooze or you miss the news.
Yeah, there was an Animal Crossing direct-ish. I watched it 2 times. I watched it once with me and once with Jess because I thought they'd be really interested in it. Nintendo lied to us, as I said at the beginning of the episode. They said no new updates for Animal Crossing, and here we are with a new update for Animal Crossing, and a pretty big one at that.
Real big.
What was the difference between when the 3DS one came out and then when that big update happened? I want to know if it's.
That was a pretty long time too, right? Where they did it wasn't Pocket Camp, but it was similar. Where they added and they added they put like Tetris Attack on there, and there was the survival game, and they added all that extra stuff.
And that was like many years, and people were like, "What?"
Yeah, we did an episode about that. We were podcasting then. We podcasted about that very video.
I mean, this is 6 years later. Like,
maybe I should post it on the YouTube as a Nintendo Classic. I haven't done that in a while, or a NintenDomain Classic.
I think they're waiting for 2028 for the next one because they know.
Sure. I just thought it was it starts off talking about the Nintendo Switch 2 stuff I laughed out loud when I show it when it was like, here it is on Nintendo Switch 1, here it is on Nintendo Switch 2, and it's just like the line's just like a little bit less jaggy. And I was watching it with Jess, and I was like, can you even tell the difference? And like, no. Like, well, and it had to and they zoomed into it really close to the character's face to be like, the line's a little bit less jaggy between the two.
Yeah, I don't know. I want to look at us hanging out in the podcast studio on my island, does it look different now? That would be a good way because we have photos of that.
Sure. But also, you get an item now where you can yell at your villagers that you've always wanted to do. Be like, hey, hey, you over there, get over here, and you can find them in case you don't know.
It's literally.
You can be like, you can be all Scorpion and be like, get over here, and see if they come to you.
I don't think they come to you; they just tell you where they are.
Yeah, they just yell back, right? But yeah, you can get a megaphone, then you can yell into your Switch 2 system and find out where they are. You don't.
That's kind of fucked up.
So I'm trying to remember what the use case would be for that. But I guess, like, say on certain days when Kix comes to town, you want to get some new shoes or whatever. Maybe that might be useful.
There's a lot of like fetch
Kix, where the fuck are you?
Letters and stuff that'll be like, take this to Magenta or take this to whomever. Like,
Yeah.
You could just be like, hey, where are you at, Magenta? After you open the letter and just walk right over there.
Yeah, I mean, does it still do like the like give this like furniture to this person?
Yeah.
Like that was a big thing from the GameCube one. But and also you can have like 12 people in your island at once now on the Switch 2 version. It's a big deal.
Mouse
I would
controls.
love it if you didn't still have the weird thing where everybody went away, but they're not going to do that. They're not going to let you just have a consistent island people can come and go to.
Oh, like open. I mean, they kind of are, I guess, for the update stuff. But yeah, mouse controls, so you can decorate. You can make shirts with whatever with that. I mean, that's cool.
It's Mario Paint.
Yes, that's there. Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah, and you can do like a game chat. Which did you guys know? I don't know if you guys noted this, but in the video, it was the exact same people from the Mario Party video. Game chat commercial. I was like, oh look, there's lava. There's that lady. Yeah, they have the exact same fucking faces. I honestly thought they just took pictures of them and just stuck them in the video because I don't even think I saw them move. But I was like, oh, I know all of them. They're from the fucking Mario Party Jamboree commercial or whatever. So
yeah, with the heads.
Yeah, there's the exact same people. So from the Switch 2 Direct, it could have been in there. But I think that's pretty much. Yeah, you could do game chat or whatever, have the faces on there.
I mean, as far as like a Switch 2 update, though, it is pretty charitable in its upgrade price, right?
Yeah, it's only
$5,
it's only $5, $4.99.
Weird that they didn't say that in the presentation at all.
Yeah,
like,
I had to find it in the eShop
because they said it was a paid update, but they didn't say how much. So I was thinking, oh man, it's gonna be like $25 or something like that.
Oh no, they wouldn't charge you that much. Like I
but like why?
Or that there would be a version of Animal Crossing with this added for $80 or something, kind of like.
But like this is like a good price though. Like why didn't they just say, and it's only $5? Like say that in the thing.
They should have put it in the video
because they didn't want to like bring real world money into the Animal Crossing.
I figured it was just like it's just like $10 or something, which already seems kind of high for the little things you get to do, but the free stuff that you can do, oh man, there's some cool stuff in there. Cappen's got his own hotel now on the
like a whole family
on the side. Well, I mean, he already always had a family, but now they got a business. No, you saw them. They were in there. They've been in.
Oh, were they?
They've been in the 3DS and the New Horizons one. They were on the island you went to.
That's true.
Yeah. But
so I haven't played the old like the previous DLC in years, and I didn't even play it much at the time. But like this all seemed very similar to
the
me.
Happy Home Designer. Well, yeah, kind of. Except now you're making rooms for the hotel, right? Instead of just for people on the island. But now you can have new people come in, and you can get another form of currency, a hotel currency, where you can buy hotel themed things also. So what is that, like 4 different currencies now in the game? Something like that. But, I mean, yeah, that part's kind of cool. But
welcome to an offshore bank account.
But yeah, you can just, it does seem kind of similar to the Happy Home Designer stuff. But, that was paid. If you don't have Nintendo Switch Online, we got it for free. So, this is free. But I think the thing that I really, really think is awesome is the Dream World stuff. Now you can build like 3 more islands. It's basically like giving you like 3 more games. So you can like get in, so you go to bed and you get to go to another island, but you can design like 3 other islands. So if you're like tired of the island that you have, you can like landscape it, and you can actually do multiplayer landscaping too with other people with you, which you were never able to do.
It seems to be like
that
more creative
in the other one.
I don't think you like earn the stuff and start all over again on those islands. I think you're like
You might have it already, yeah. Like, or maybe anything you've already unlocked, you just have. You don't have to, and you don't have to like pay fucking dude off, or you're not in debt like when you get there and all that shit.
What I want to know, and the presentation was not clear on this, are these dream worlds persistent or they go away?
No, they said there were 3 save spots, so that's 3 different islands.
They're persistent. So, like,
yeah,
you and I could start an island, and you could go to that island, with me or without me, whenever.
Well, yeah, that I don't know is whether your friends can go there if you're not there or not. I mean, that would
be super cool if we
that
could
would be
have
cool.
like, a NintenDomain island where we could go anytime we wanted, and
That'd be cool.
soup up the podcast studio and kind of
make the whole island the studio.
It would be fun to have something that like is there whether I'm there or not, and like you guys go and fix it up, and then I'm incentivized to go, hey, what did they do while I was away?
Oh, sure,
that'd be cool.
Yeah, I'm curious about that. If people can go there without you, I was guessing that maybe not, but I just like the idea of just giving you 3 more islands because, a lot of people had, you do your whole island and it's like, oh, let's start a new one. Oh yeah, and Mr. Rossetti's back now. You can like reset like sections of your island and redo them too. Like I thought that was cool. Where it's like,
I was always disappointed that he wasn't in the original release.
He's basically Undo Dog.
Because he had kind of like
Undo Dog. You're right, yeah.
Because he's sort of like retired, but it's like, but say you're like, oh, I always wanted to redo my front lawn or whatever, but I didn't want to do it. He's like, he can take it all and put it in your storage, and now the storage is like 9,000 items now or something like that. That got like way bigger too.
Up from 5,000, yeah. So almost double.
I think it went from 2,000 to 5,000 to 9,000, right?
Yeah,
it's pretty high from what I remember from the video. But
the coolest part for me is that an old, like what I would say keystone feature of the previous games it is back, which is that you can play retro Nintendo games.
The key feature of one of the games only
one game.
It'll say only.
Only one.
Only GameCube was the only one that did that.
Which is a remake of the
I don't think
a remake of the N64 game, and
but you did. But there was no. I don't think you could do the connection thing with the. Well, I don't know if they had those NES games on the 64 one or not, because it didn't have. Because they changed some things between that one and the localized American one or whatever. But yeah, now finally.
I thought they were using the 64 DD.
Oh yeah, I don't know. I thought only a couple of those were released. We'll have to look at it and talk about it more next time. But what I do know is, you can play your NSO games in your house in Animal Crossing, right?
Which we've talked about before on the show.
We did say that before. We said that there should be a channel into the NSO, but this is like, come to find out, it's a little bit of a capped off version. Like you can only play one game per console for some reason,
which is the way it was in the GameCube.
Well, yeah. I mean, what do you mean? Like you can't?
You can only play one game, so like
you won't have access to all the stuff that's in the Nintendo.
Well, you would go to whatever statue and you would click it, and you could play that one game.
Because you can buy I saw that you can buy an NES and like a Game
Boy. You buy an
Boy
NES, so on the NES, the only game you can play is Ice Climber. For Famicom, the only game you play is Clu Clu Land, and then Game Boy, the only one is Dr. Mario.
Oh no! So only one of them is good.
Yep. So they said,
and you can decide which one that is. No, Ice Climber is a piece of shit. Nobody should play that game. It's terrible.
They said in the presentation, this is their wording: a select classic game on each system.
Oh well, that's dumb.
For each system, then it's one game.
One game.
I thought that you could,
but it's still using your NSO to know that you have it.
Yeah, I don't know. That's.
I was hoping you could just sit there and just go through the library that's already available and just do it within the Animal Crossing world. Maybe you can't play GameCube games or something like that, but you should at least be able to play. I mean, there was 10 NES games on the GameCube game that came out fucking 20 years ago.
I just want to play Animal Crossing on the GameCube while I'm in Animal Crossing New Leaf. That was
come on. It's right there. We could have done that.
Yeah. Yeah. Right. It's make it to where it's like you could pretend that that's your real world and you can just play games through there. I thought you could just sit there and put your NES down and be like, all right, what game do you want to play?
Have your friends over and play Blades of Steel.
Well, that's not on there.
And you're hockey themed. I know it's not on there,
but ice hockey.
Ice hockey.
Yeah, ice hockey's on there, right?
It is.
Well, that's a shame because maybe they'll add. I was hoping you could just play whatever, Why Ice Climber? That game's so dumb. Like, I mean, at least you could play pinball. That's a more fun game. You could play that on there, on the original one.
Or Wario Woods.
We also got some Lego stuff.
Yeah, some crossovers. Well, yeah, Lego. You can get Lego themed stuff, T-shirts and furniture and whatever. But also more Amiibo stuff where you can scan Legend of Zelda Amiibo, and then you could bring in specific Legend of Zelda characters. Right? Was it Mineru and somebody else?
Tulin.
It was the King and Queen of Hyrule.
Oh yeah, the creepy couple that's like, hey, what's up?
Then also
Hey.
Splatoon. You
That's
can scan your Splatoon Amiibo, bring in Cece and Viche.
yeah, two ones that look like I think they're supposed to look like one of the pair of Squid sisters. And there's the big man benches are pretty cool. I saw those in there also. So it's a pretty big update and all for free.
And
And
you're
for
welcome.
Switch 1 and 2. So if you don't have Switch 2, then you could still play Animal Crossing for a while.
Mm-hmm.
I was overall pretty impressed by it because I was like, hey,
I'm surprised they weren't like, and you can also use the mouse and Switch 1 because obviously you can
because
with
USB.
Mario Paint. So, by the way, you already could, and you can use. I've used USB keyboards to type messages in Animal Crossing.
Yeah,
so
like
you can do that already.
like when it came out, right? Like long time ago. So yeah, that'll get us back on Animal Crossing.
Mm-hmm.
Which, according to the new Nintendo Switch Store app, it's wrong. It says I've only put 100 hours into my Animal Crossing. That is a lie. I have 500 hours on that game. I'm pissed. That could be our next topic here. The Nintendo Switch Store app is out now. Did you guys mess around with it?
Cool. Another new app.
Not only did I mess
There's
around
like
with it, 4
Nintendo apps now, right? So we got Nintendo Music, Nintendo Today, Nintendo Store, and Nintendo Switch Online.
Yep.
Am I missing one? Is there a 5th one too?
That's the 4.
You need to just make a folder on your phone that says Nintendo shit. And you just throw it all in there, you know.
I'm fine with that. I mean, there's some people saying that you should put it all in one app. I don't know. I think that might confuse things. How many apps do we all have on our phones total? Like,
I don't know.
6.
I got like 150 apps.
I have like 5 I'd use.
I don't care about having 4.
Actually, no, that's
Nintendo
probably
apps.
just the streaming services that I have that I use. I have a whole folder for that. But no, it's yeah, I mean, I think it's kind of cool because I mean, as I put in the Slack notes, RIP Nintendo.com, because I was tired of pulling that up on my phone all the time anyway.
Yeah.
I'd rather just have and the app looks better, even though it does still take you there. Like when you click on a game, it still takes you to Nintendo.com, but it's like, it works better, I guess. And yeah, and you can look at your wish list. You can't share it, but you can go to you can do like you can on the Switch 2 eShop where you can be like, what's all on sale, and it'll show you all your on sale stuff.
From your wish list, yeah.
It does show
from your
my
wish list,
3DS history, which surprised me.
Yeah, that's another really interesting thing is you can look at your some
Like
false
Wii
stats
and
about
3DS.
your gameplay. Like I looked through it and there's a bunch of things that are wrong. Like it said that I played Pokemon Legends ZA 2 days before it came out. It said I played it on the 14th and it didn't launch until the 16th. It also said that Mario Party game that Jess and Wyeth and I played said that was on Thursday and not Friday. There's a bunch of inaccuracies in there. But it is pretty cool that it goes all the way back to 3DS and Wii U stuff on there. So according to that, the game I've played the longest is Netflix on Wii U.
Yep.
Was my number 1 most played software, which is pretty
Netflix is my number 1 as well. It's
yeah.
really high. I'm like, wait, I haven't watched Netflix on a Nintendo device in years.
Yeah, there hasn't been a Netflix on Nintendo in a long ass time.
But we watched a lot of Netflix on the Wii back in the day.
Yeah. Well, it doesn't have the Wii stuff, but it has Wii U and Wii U and 3DS. But I do like that it does the daily breakdown that we've been wanting for so long that we had on the Wii, and Wii U. Now it actually says this is what you did on this day. This is what even though it's
actually
incorrect, but
that's not a new feature actually. That was always on the Nintendo parent app, which is the only reason that I had that app. So you could see that exact same.
Oh,
thing.
really? Yeah, I never got it because I live on my own. I don't want any parents here. I don't want no parent shit.
I mean, that much is apparent.
My place, parents. But now you can do it without getting a stupid. If you got the parent app, you could have 5 apps, 5 Nintendo apps there. Then you could have like the full 5 fingers of appness. But did you guys looked at your stuff? I'm sure on here looked at.
I looked at
the
it a little bit.
inaccuracies.
I just thought it was cool that I could look back to when I downloaded some weird demos on the 3DS or whatever.
Yeah. I mean, it was like, so you go to like your play activity, and I'm like, all right, let's go to total time played. And it's like over 100 hours. There's some Wii U games in here for my 100 hours, aside from YouTube and Hulu that are on here. But Breath of the Wild, over 100 hours on Wii U, because yes, I played through that game on Wii U. Xenoblade Chronicles X, over 100 hours on Wii. Actually, I have 200 hours on Wii U, but yeah, there it is. Mario Kart 8 on Wii U, 100 hours. And Super Mario Maker 1 says I played it 71 days, over 100 hours. Last played July 3rd, 2019. I think I played it after that too. I think that's a lie, because I played it before the Wii U internet was shut down, and that was in this house, which we did not live in 2019. So I mean, there's some interesting stuff in there, but it's wrong. Yeah, it shows like it's like, oh yeah, you played Dragon Quest 11 or Dragon Quest 7 over 90 hours. Like I put 200 hours in that game. Like come on, get it right. But yeah, it's still fun to see. Did you guys find any interesting stuff in there?
Mario Maker 2 over 1,100 hours.
Yeah, I know you broke 1,000, so it's got that right for yours.
Yep.
No, I didn't see anything too interesting. Mostly, like I said, I was more like picking through it to see what it would tell me about my like play activity historically, and it was still pretty much the same shit about like it was the Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom and stuff that I had played the most.
I would like to see yours, like like how many hours a day you put into like UFO 50, like when you're really high on that one. Like what? Like
I mean,
what
I was playing that tonight. Yeah, I still play that game.
Yeah, I mean, but when it was like first came out, where you put like 10 hours a night in that, probably not that much, but 8 hours a night.
Couldn't help it. It's so good.
What's shocking, I guess, not shocking, surprising, the number of games that I have played under just a few minutes. It's like so many. I don't know. There's dozens and dozens and dozens.
Well, yeah, I mean, there's also I kind of I was hoping that there was a category, as I call it, because I have a folder for it too on my Switch too. It's my digitally sealed games that I bought and never played, never ever touched. Ones that were on sale. That's why I try not to buy games on sale anymore that I won't play, because I got like 30 of them, actually probably more than that I bought on sale and just never touched. So yeah, I'm wondering about the thing about the Pokemon. What I was thinking is, I had a theory that maybe it's counting the time that it downloaded before I got it, because I was downloading it at the hotel, and the hotel kind of had shitty internet, so it took a while for the game to download. So maybe that 45 minutes that I played on the 14th was me downloading the game, and then like the hour that I played on the 15th was when it launched at 11 or something like that. But I still can't think of anything that would explain the 4-hour Mario Party game that we had on Thursday, when Wyeth wasn't here, so we couldn't have done that. So, yeah, I don't know. Hopefully they'll update it and it'll be accurate in the future.
My understanding, it's saying I had over 1,000 hours of Netflix, so it's like it said over 500 hours of Animal Crossing, and then over 100 hours of Tears of the Kingdom. So my thought is like, once it hit 500 hours, it'd be over 500. But until then, it's over 100.
Yeah, it's confusing, because like I said, they're wrong on a lot of these. Like it says over 150 hours on AEW Fight Forever. I put 300 hours into that game, or it says, same thing like Xenoblade Chronicles 3. It says over 150, but that was 200 hours in that one. So, I mean, I don't know. I don't know why it doesn't say that instead of whatever. I don't know.
I will say Xeno X does show up in my over 100 hours folder.
Oh yeah, well the Wii U one.
Yes.
Yeah, I'll say not the Switch one. I have both
Last
of them
played
there.
In 2017, apparently.
I have the Switch one and and the Xeno. I have the Wii U one and the Switch one in my over 100 hours category.
Nice.
So there you go. Plus like Stardew Valley and Arceus and a bunch of other stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, let's kind of push on to whatever news is. The big game coming out this week is the what's it called? Age of Imprisonment, the Muso game is out this week.
Yep.
It's getting some decent reviews. I did watch reviews of this one because there's probably not any chance that I'll buy it ever. But
Or if you did, it would be on sale or something.
yeah, what do you guys think? People seem to like it a lot. I mean, but it's still, it's still a Muso game.
Yeah, I heard some people say it's the best of the Zelda Muso, or the best of the Dynasty Warriors offshoots and all that kind of stuff. You got a 78 on Metacritic. One review gave it I think it was Nintendo Life gave it a 9 out of 10. I don't know. It seems like it is kind of split in some audiences. Like you like these games or you don't. And this seems like if you like this one, this type of game, you're gonna love this one. I don't know. I'm intrigued. I've been saying all along. I think this looks like the best one so far, and I could see myself picking this up. Not right now.
I'd like to see a demo of it because we did get a demo for the other one for Age of Calamity.
Yeah.
I would like to see like a demo with a couple stuff in it. Maybe that would sway me, but probably not. I mean, I don't really play these games. Like I said a million times, I played Hyrule Warriors and I liked it, but that was because it was the only game that was on Wii U at the time. So that was what I had, and that was fun. But I mean, not now when I got
Like very early on, the game make you feel like, and that's why I appreciated the demo. It'll make you feel like, oh, you're in the Zelda world because you gotta get this treasure chest and you gotta fight this boss and you gotta do this, that, and the other. But eventually, it's like, now split your team into all these sections and they'll do this while you do this, and it very quickly was like, I don't like this.
I mean, you gotta love the battle aspect of it, I believe. And if you don't, then I mean, it's basically like all you like the battling of Tears of the Kingdom, but how about a lot of it, and then minus the exploration and all the fun stuff that I prefer more. But people are gonna like it. I don't know. I mean, it apparently runs really well, and yeah, I'm not dropping $70 on that game. That's for sure. But I'm glad that it's out. Yeah.
I just want to note, like, we do have like 3 major Nintendo franchises coming out like this month, right? It's like Zelda, tomorrow,
and
Kirby, and Metroid.
Technically December.
Metroid next month, but still like
within 1 month,
pretty close.
Span.
Yeah. It's pretty wild, right? And there was I did watch that like 2-minute trailer, the new 2-minute trailer of a Metroid Prime 4 that came out. It didn't really like show me anything more. I'm just still like, give it to me. Give me.
It was essentially like,
I mean, I'm gonna buy it.
Me too.
Yeah,
I'm buying the shit out of that.
It was like the cut they're gonna play on TV. There's not anything new. It's just this is ready for TV. One thing I did notice is that they showed the motorcycle bit, and they showed just very little of it this time. I think
it's got the Akira slide. Was that in the direct? I don't remember.
It was.
It definitely was.
But I think they were reacting to the reaction, where everybody said, "Wait a minute, this looks like kind of like a barren desert with nothing to do with this motorcycle." So they showed a tiny little clip of it, and that was it.
I mean, it's I don't know.
Changed the entire program of the game, so you don't have to worry about that.
It's it's traversing through one thing to another. Like, I don't know.
Mm.
There's plenty of. I mean, people said that Xenoblade Chronicles X had a pretty boring overworld. I don't agree with that, but some people said that too when that came out. But I don't know. We'll see when it actually comes together. I mean, it said like Switch 2 version, so I wonder if it was showing in 120 FPS or whatever. But I thought it looked gorgeous, and I was very happy to see it. And I don't know if I mentioned it, but I'm getting the Amiibo on Friday, the motorcycle one. So
you did.
Cool.
Nice.
I'm excited about it. But also other things that are happening this week. This Saturday is the Kirby Air Riders demo. So it's not available to download yet, but be ready. I am really excited to play that for free. So I think it's like happens at midnight Pacific, so that's like 2 a.m. That's my prime video game time right there. So it's not going to be at like 5 o'clock or whatever, like the fucking Dragon Drive was, where I was not really available to play because I was out working.
Yeah,
so
it's happening over the next 2 weekends, so it's
Yeah, but it's starting.
You said on
Saturday,
Saturday or
Monday,
Friday?
It's starting this Saturday. Well, I mean Friday night because it starts at midnight
Mhm.
Saturday. So it starts this Friday night at midnight.
Damn it.
Which is actually technically Saturday. But it's going to happen. It's like midnight to 4 Pacific, which is like 2 a.m. to 6 here. And then it'll be like, and then there's another one in the afternoon too, like same day. That's like noon to 5 or something like that. I put them all on the whatever.
Yeah.
Jobs.
What? You
Yeah, I
got
have
to
to
work
work
during
during
that?
all the times. Yeah.
During midnight?
Well, I don't, but I have to work early the next day.
Oh, yeah. Well, I figured I'm going to try my hardest to play it. And I'll post it on the internet. You can find it on youtube.com/NintenDomain podcast. I've been wanting to stream something with this new computer, and I haven't gotten around to it yet. It's dumb because I want to see how well it runs. But
I'll definitely give it a shot. There's some DLC this week. There's Ease versus Trails in the Sky. It's an update. It's not a DLC.
yeah, there was a new patch
anything.
that I haven't played. I haven't played that game that much. I mean, I want to. I just been playing Dragon Quest and Mortal Kombat. But yeah, I haven't really got to fuck around with it, but I made sure that I downloaded it.
One that's kind of got my eye, actually, oddly enough. Fortnite has Simpsons.
Yeah, for like
event
the
going on.
past like 2 weeks. It's been out.
Oh, has
It's
it
been out for a
started already? I don't
while.
know.
Yeah.
I just found out about it.
Actually, I
But it
think
looks
I don't
cool.
remember when it started exactly. Maybe like a week ago. But I normally do the weekly Fortnite thing with Joe, but we missed the past couple ones, and I do really want to play it because it looks really cool, and it has a virtual Springfield in there with where they changed the whole world into Springfield, and you can go into the Simpson house and all that fun stuff, and it looks great. I heard it's really good. Apparently, it's gotten like the biggest. It's gotten the most people to play Fortnite like in a long time for the Simpsons crossover. So,
Believe that.
and I think it started like a week ago or something like that. I updated it already. But if you're going to play it on your Switch 2, remember you got to get the Fortnite Switch 2 version. The Switch 1 version won't work. Not that you have it, but you have to go back into the eShop and get a different version.
We got a Nintendo Music update.
But play it.
Animal
Fortnite's
Crossing.
cool. Fortnite's a fun game. Play it. I enjoy it. It's a fun thing to play with your friends and talk about wrestling.
We got Animal Crossing New Leaf on Nintendo Music now.
Yeah, I mean, cool, I guess. A lot of those soundtracks are very similar, minus like more KK Slider songs.
Mhm.
Is the New Horizons one on there?
I don't think so.
I thought it was. I mean, there is one. There is an
No.
Animal Crossing on there, but I don't know which one. I thought it was the Switch one.
And Nintendo Music just had its 1-year anniversary on the 30th. How time flies.
Yep, I guess so. Yeah, I didn't remember when it was when they put it up originally.
I mean, I think a year on, it's lived up to what I want it to be.
Animal
wasn't-
Crossing New Horizons. There it is. Yeah, it was on there when it launched.
Yeah, it's not been like it wasn't the fire hose blast right out the gate, but they've consistently released a new soundtrack once a week. And
There
a year
was-
on, it's
there was like-
something now.
There was like 2 weeks they missed, but still. But I mean
Yeah.
that's the Nintendo way. You know, they want to do it. They want to give you just a little bit every week, and just stop listening to it, and then come back 2 months later, and then you got like 10 new whatevers to listen to. So there you go.
Got some new game announcements. This is an odd one. Blast from the past. James Pond is getting a Legacy
boy.
Collection.
That was a Super Nintendo game, right?
Yeah.
I think it even started on NES. I think there was an NES one
They
too.
should
I
do
think it goes back to the Amiga.
what they should do is a James Bond Jr. collection. You remember that show? That had a Super Nintendo
remember.
game too. Put that out. I remember seeing that show when I was a kid.
What they should do is make a James Pond, James Bond Jr. crossover. They team up to fight over who's more relevant.
There's a Kirby Air Riders is Sunday too. Well, that's like 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. Maybe you can play that one. But yeah, I don't know. I never played James Bond. I hope
I
it
just
has
remember those. I remember seeing it back then and thinking like this is like a cheap little knockoff game, and it's one of those games. It's like how is this still around? How does this have so many additions? And I guess it's got fans because people.
Yeah, we had Super James Pond on the SNES back in the day, and it was a weird ass game. Like you could stretch, so like James Pond could just stretch up as high as he wanted to. His body just stretched forever, so he could like go as high as he wanted to. So all the levels are really like vertically based, but they're still really bad levels.
Weird.
Sounds like it. I want to play the aquatic games starring James Pond and the Aquabats. That's one that's on this collection. The fuck is
Supposedly.
that game?
So they haven't listed what games are on the collection.
Oh,
but
okay.
they're listing these.
Oh,
as
that
pop-
or that wasn't mentioned as the aquatic game starring James Pond and the Aquabats. It's like, what? The fuck kind of name is that? What is on there then? Even
We don't know yet. We'll have to wait to find out.
yeah,
also,
doesn't really matter.
an aquatic
Nobody's
game,
going to play that game.
a game that I think I am going to play is Darwin's Paradox. This game looks really cool, actually.
Got delayed. It was on. I remember it was on a. It was on like a direct. It was on a PlayStation Direct also, and a Nintendo one. But yeah, that's the one where you change colors, right? Right? Isn't that the one where you can like change colors with the backgrounds?
So you're an octopus. I don't know about changing colors. I didn't see that. Maybe not. I don't know. It's a Konami game. Hey, Konami's back making games again. Cool. This one actually looks really cool. Like it's a cinematic platformer. It looks beautiful, and you're like a cartoony octopus. Yeah, that's about all I know of it. Just watch the trailer though. It does look like something of like a really high quality. Like it looks very cinematic. And I like those kind of games, So this one's coming to Switch too. Release 2026 at some point.
Yeah, it was on a State of Play like 8 months ago. I mentioned it on this podcast, of course, because we talk about every news that's ever existed. But yeah, I just remember hearing about it before, and yeah, it looked cool. Now it'll look cooler because it's a Switch 2 game and not a Switch 1 game. Well, it might be a Switch 1 too, I guess, but it'll look better. That's what I'm saying. It'll look closer to what we saw for the PS5 reveal.
Yeah, some good news for fans of Gen 1 video games. The Vectrix Mini Kickstarter launched, and it passed its goal in just 12 minutes. Yeah.
So they got fans still, is what you're saying. People
I'm interested in this.
Me too.
Cost-wise, maybe not so much, but it does look very premium.
So I think it's like there's a range of options. I think they're all around like $150 or something like that, give or take a few bucks. But the goal was $126,399, and as of right now, let's see what the grand total is, because they've passed it by several country miles. Loading. While it's loading, I'll tell you about one of the updates. They said it's going to have like a desk clock feature, because they admitted even on the Kickstarter, they said, well, we know what happens to these mini consoles. You play them for a little while, and then they end up just kind of like sitting on a shelf looking nice. Well, we want ours to do something while it's sitting on your shelf or your desk, and so it's going to turn into a clock that's connected to the internet, and it'll have like live weather updates and that kind of thing. Cool.
It should get new games since it connects to the internet. If they want to make it something that you will it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
It wants to be something that you keep playing, like add new stuff to it.
Well, they added an SD card slot for that purpose, so people can mod it and add their own games. So basically, they said if the original Vectrix could run it, you can put your ROMs on there and it'll run fine.
Yeah, because there's like new Vectrex stuff, right, that people have made. I remember seeing those at arcades.
So they're appealing to those people too.
And like Midwest Gaming Classic had it too.
All right, so the current total of that 126,000 is $746,005. So a lot of enthusiasm for this one, with 3,232 backers. 26 days to go.
Can you play it on a TV too, or is it just its own? Like you can, because I know it's got its own screen, but you can also
there's an HDMI out.
Okay.
Yep.
And what is it, like $200? Like did they give it a price?
Starts around 150. Yeah.
Yeah, there's different options. I think 150. I'm struggling to find it here, but yeah, that's what I remember is about 150 or so.
Interesting.
Use like an OLED screen or something, so it's really high resolution. It can do the like a properly like emulate a CRT for the vector graphics. Yeah, I watched the video of that. I'm super excited about it. If nothing else, just because it's very much like a niche thing that I think that people will do stuff with, because the development is there on the table. Like, make a game for it. We dare you, kind of. It's not like other mini consoles where they're like, this is like the games you get. That's it.
Mm. And you had a particular interest in the Vectrex. Did you ever get to try one?
I played it at like the Midwest Gaming Classic.
Yeah, we played them at the
Portland.
MGC.
I've never tried
Did
one
not
before.
did not like the controller, but the visuals are really nice.
Speaking of nice visuals, there's a game coming out for Switch One that you have played before that had nice visuals. Viewfinder.
Oh yeah,
Yes.
Viewfinder.
I
Remember
love
that
that
one?
Yeah, and that's got a release date, which is coming out sooner than you might think. It's coming out December 3rd.
One day before Metroid Prime 4. So Wednesday?
Yeah, I beat this game. I almost forgot about it until John posted about it. I'm like, oh yeah, I actually played all the way through that one.
That's going to be $25. I'll be getting this one at some point. I love these kind of games, these
Cheaper.
first person.
Oh yeah, this
Puzzle
got
fight, yeah.
you all over it.
Yep, totally. Man, I'm going to have to make a list because there's so many things coming out, and I just don't know. Money. So Nintendo reconfirmed some release dates for upcoming Switch 2 games.
Did they?
They did. Yeah, they got a list here. Let's see.
Is there anything we don't know already?
No, I mean, just to put our minds at ease, I guess, Tomodachi Life still coming out spring 2026, so just around the corner after the holidays. Cool.
Didn't Me and the Hollower get pushed to 2030?
Yeah.
Yeah, I noticed that.
I saw them mentioning it on Twitter or whatever. They were like, we just put that there because we don't know when it's coming out, so we just threw 2030 on there.
Yeah, I saw
on the
that
eShop.
on the website in the eShop this week.
Yeah. And
That's funny.
speaking of delays, the Terminator game got delayed again
Really?
till December. Yeah. The
I feel like it already came out.
whatever it's called. It was supposed to come out in October, and it got delayed, and then it got delayed again. I didn't post it because I don't know. I didn't think it mattered. But
They released it in 98,
like 91.
91.
But anyway, yeah, it got delayed again. Also, my man Ichiban from the Like a Dragon series is coming to Sonic Racing Cross Worlds right now. Apparently, he's out right now, and Ichiban's festival is starting like this Friday. So
Nice.
I'll have to get on Sonic Racing Cross Worlds again. I really want him to put out the fucking Switch 2 version already. Like, come on, where is that at? I know they said they're working on it, but I want to pay. I'll pay $10 for it to look like a Switch 2 game. Let's do it. I like this game a lot. I want to play it in a nicer fidelity or whatever. So make it happen, Sega. I know you listen.
We got a release date for the Namco Atari 50 DLC. It's coming out next week. Yeah, 11/13.
The Pac-Man stuff.
The Pac-Man stuff. Yep.
Yeah. So I mean, there you go. Do you got to pay? I'm sure you got to buy that too, right? Or is it just part of it?
They didn't. I wasn't able to find a price on that. I think the other ones were like $10.
I
So
bet
I'll
you're excited to
definitely get
play
this.
Pac-Man on the 2600.
Finally, yes.
I mean, yeah. After you have your like Pac-Man
It's
arcade,
the best version of
arcade
Pac-Man.
system that you got there, you got your arcade cabinet.
Yeah, you have Ms. Pac-Man, don't you?
I've got a Miss Pac-Man.
Well, you got the real
arcade
one, but you
at
got
my
the
parents'
one-up one
house.
too.
Right.
Yeah,
I
and
think
then
you
the
can play
one up
Ms.
here.
Pac-Man on your Pac-Man arcade.
That no, actually no. That's the one that's
Oh.
missing. It's odd that they didn't put that on there, but I guess they wanted to sell another one because they do have another arcade one up that's Miss Pac-Man and some other games. Yeah, I don't know what else they can do with Atari 50. I think that's kind of like that's got to be it, right? Is there any other games they could put on there? I think they just put them all out there.
They need to
They're
cross. They need to cross over with the Mortal Kombat Legacy Collection. I want to see all of the Mortal Kombats on Atari and what they looked like. I want to see
Mhm.
Mortal Kombat 4 on Atari 2600. I want to see that. I got the Game Boy games. I want the Atari ones now. I'm sure they would look so bad. It's only one button too, right? So you just do
Yeah.
all your moves with that one button.
They were the true crash of the cause of the crash in '83. Mortal Kombat. These are some interesting mini consoles / re-release consoles that I hadn't heard of before, but I like these kind of things. This is kind of cool. There's two of them. One is they're coming out with a remake, a full-size remake of the Amiga A1200. I don't know anything about this system, but I'm just like, that's cool. You're coming out with a whole like full-size re-release of an old computer. And it's an Amiga, so there's lots of games on there that That's a series that started on Amiga. And what do we got here? The Turrican Trilogy, Beneath the Steel Sky. Those are some familiar names. Cool. Enthusiasm for Old Computers. And then this one is maybe a little bit more interesting to me because this is like a mini desktop that you could put on your desktop with a CRT screen and everything, a fake CRT screen. This one is the PC-88 Mini. Unfortunately, it's been delayed. I guess it's been delayed a couple of times. This is the third time. So we have to wait a little bit longer for this, but this is a popular Japanese PC.
Oh, yeah, but are these PC-88 games going to be in English? Because these are those games that are on Switch that are
Like the
in
Egg Console?
Japanese. Yeah, the Egg Console is PC-88 games. That's what like Ease and all those old games
Wait,
were
this
all
actually
were all
has a
PC-88
floppy drive?
stuff.
It's a mini floppy. I mean, it's minuscule, so not a functional
Not
floppy
real.
drive, but yeah.
If they had some English versions of Ease 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and all those, then I would be interested in it, but they probably don't.
Oh, this is an NEC computer, so that company. I think that's cool. I have a little tiny computer with a fake CRT screen.
I would love that someday. Like, I would love to have a little, like, 80s PC just hooked up to a monitor, doing its thing, being all 80s.
But that's good, right, for the news? We're kind of long in the tooth here.
Nintendo
Speaking of doing cool things, I'd like to end this episode.
Sure. Yeah, Nintendo said they're preparing for even more movies in the future. So they reiterated the release dates for
Big
this is
surprise.
one of their earnings calls. They with the other movies coming up. Yep. They said we want to do some more movies. So yep, cool. Nintendo's in the movie business.
Yeah, not really surprising there. I mean, yeah, we got Mario Galaxy next year, and then there's the Nintendo one after that, right? Or well, they're all Nintendo ones. The Zelda one after that. So
And
I mean,
they've talked about doing a Donkey Kong movie
I'm
and
sure there'll be a Donkey Kong movie and whatever else.
balloon fight, of course.
Yeah,
I'm already in talks.
for the balloon fight movie.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about the India.
Yep. Last thing I want to mention is Limited Run Games celebrated 10-year anniversary. And they've had a big effect on the industry. So congrats to them over the last 10 years. One particular announcement, they had some announcements come out, but one particular announcement that I enjoy is that they're resurrecting 2 more FMV games from Digital Pictures, the same company that made Night Trap. So they're bringing back Prize Fighter, the boxing game, the one that looked like Raging Bull, and then Slam City with Scottie Pippen, the basketball game, the FMV basketball game.
Oh wow!
No specific
that's the
systems
way-
announced, but that's cool.
Is it still with
That's
Scottie
the realism
Pippen?
I was always looking
Yeah.
for.
It's not like just because a lot of times they take them out because of licensing.
No,
or
not with
whatever.
Mr. Dream this time. No.
Or like when they re-release like Tecmo Bowl with no teams on them or
Right,
whatever, or like
right.
made up teams now. It's not any of the real ones.
That's really cool.
Definitely getting both of those. I've always been kind of curious about those, especially the basketball one. Like, how do you do an FMV basketball game? I'm sure it's terrible.
Yep.
But I love it.
But try it out.
It'd be like double dribble.
It's like those cutscenes.
Yeah, just not fun. Or maybe it is. I don't know. Maybe it's the greatest basketball game of all time, and we'll find out when it comes out again. But yeah, I think that's good for this episode.
Yeah, that's it.
If you like listening to us and you want to hear more or support the show, go to patreon.com/NintenDomain podcast. We got a expansion pack episode in there on Jeremy and Shauna's honeymoon, and the newest WART radio episode is on there as well. It's a $5 level, and you can find videos of us there at that level also. So check it out. Also, youtube.com/NintenDomain podcast and twitch.tv/NintenDomain podcast. I really want to do a stream aside from the Fortnite one. I wanted to do a no sleep till credits thing where I try to get through a game that I'm trying to beat. I might end up doing Yakuza Kiwami 1 because Yakuza Kiwami 2 is coming out next week. So stay tuned for that on that channel if it happens to happen. But yeah, thanks everybody for listening. We've been your hosts. I'm Trey Johnson.
Jeremy Kowski.
John Knitter.
And see you next time.
See ya, see ya. See ya, see ya.
I could only find it on the eShop.
Oh, same. Yeah,
through
yeah.
Switch 2.
Same.
It was really
Yeah.
annoying.
I was looking for it today.
Because I was trying to just send a picture of it to the Slack, and I just took a picture of my TV because I could not get it on the phone at all, which is just weird. I don't know. But yeah.
Yeah, so to do a screenshot, you do like on Apple, I think you do the side button and then the down volume.
I know how to take a screenshot.
I'm fucking with you. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I know how to do it. It's not there. All right. All right.